Sorry, wanted to go to the starting to the screen first. How the hell am I late? You guys got here like 5 minutes after I started. How the hell am I the one that's late? Anyway, good evening, troopers. Commander on deck. Welcome, welcome. How's it going, good sir? And TOA, welcome, welcome. Hey, fuck you, Matthew. How about you go hit a fucking bong and never come back here. Bye-bye. Fucking ad. Fucking bot. It's like a fucking cock. Anyway. But welcome, welcome, troopers. Hope everyone's having a good evening. What was I gonna say? It's the weekly debrief time, and I am exhausted. This is a long week. I kind of like last minute decided like, hey, we're gonna do 6 streams in a row, and I'm feeling it. I'm fucking feeling it. It wasn't a date. Why do you guys keep calling it a date? It was literally a friend I know in high school. And we're gonna play like a fucking TRPG tomorrow with Gunter and another friend that I met in university. Oh my god. But whatever, we just chatted about Fallout and all that. Chat a friend around. Shut up. Fucking shut up. Does it even count? Chat a friend, like chat a friend starts when you guys are like minimum, like you have to be at least 10 years old, no older than that, to do the childhood friend route. And I didn't meet Rao until I was like 16, I think, in high school. So 6 years too old, so we can't even do it. Second date. Oh my god, you guys are terrible. Also, he's like the straightest guy I know, so calling him a fucking saying that like it's a lover thing is really fucking stupid. It's really dumb. Anyway, but hope you guys are having a good evening despite being a bunch of little shits like usual. But yeah, it is time for the weekly debrief. I have all the news, and it's all terrible. I know you guys are. I'm playing with you guys too. Either way, but yeah, it's time for the debrief. Let's see, what do we have lined up for today? Oh yeah, a game got ruined because of its localization. Man, this was like really serious. Like there's some like silly stuff, but there's also like really like fucking dark shit. People in defense of the lowlies, in defense of fictional children, people are threatening to desecrate graves because, you know, these people are normal. There was an interview with Chris Avalon, the original designers behind Fallout and older Oblivion games. Stars of the and he's giving his input on like modern day Bethesda and how bad they are. Rings of Power still a thing. People are being very normal about Pragmata because of course they are. There's a new Helldivers controversy. Avengers might be good? Question mark. The new Avengers movie. And yeah, that's pretty. We have quite a bit to go through. Making taco casserole. Ooh, this is really good. How do you make a taco casserole? I never heard of that before. Do you mean like? Do you just mean like what the fuck are they called? Enchiladas? Because enchiladas are kind of like a taco casserole if you think about it. Because you literally just like put rolls of meat wrapped in tortillas into like a dish, and then like you wrap it all together. That's basically like a casserole, and you put cheese on top of it. I don't understand how they hate Chevy. What did he do to make them? It's so obvious that it's about him, right? Well, you see, TOA, the problem is that he is anti-censorship, which includes anti-censorship of you know, fictional little characters, little girls who are not real, but you know, because we have to pretend that they are holier, because they have to pretend that they are holier than thou, they're now going to involve his deceased brother because they're normal and they're the good guys, don't you know? Anyway, but yeah, it's all fucking bullshit. But you know, let's start off with something like a little lighter. It's actually kind of good news actually at the very beginning here. Let's get into it. Also, I want to try to keep today's stream down to like 2 hours or less, because I mean, it's not gonna be 2 hours, let's be fucking honest. It's gonna go over. But I would like to keep it under 2 hours because I am exhausted. really tired, and I just kind of want to, like, you know, not talk for the rest of the evening afterwards. But we'll see what happens. I know we're gonna have a good time, but but still, I want to like keep it relatively real. Also, that fucking Matthew dude fucking followed me on Kick, even though he's a blatant bot, but whatever. Also, hello IDK Loafer, welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. Thank you for joining on the YouTube side of things. But yeah, let's get into it. Let me get into video. Yes. Okay. Anyway, so it's starting with some good news. I don't know if you guys ever heard about the whole Stop Killing Games initiative that's been going on. Apparently, the guy behind it, Accursed Farms, by the way, great guy. He's the one who came up with the. Let me lower the volume. It's really high. He's the guy behind Freeman's Mind, which is a really good, like, very early internet, not super early, but like kind of early internet theory based on the Half-Life series. It's really good. I really recommend it if you ever get a chance to go watch it. But yeah, he spoke in front of like a UN, not UN, EU politicians, and was able to kind of like push towards the Stop Killing Games initiative, and apparently they responded really well. So like starting off with something like really good.
Have come to realize in the last year or so.
Anyway, I'm gonna like let him just speak. This is a video from Idemion. I'm really just using him as like a source. We're more interested in what the guy has to say.
And how the games industry has ignored the pleas of players for so long, so please watch this.
I am the founder of the Stop Killing Games consumer movement, which has many shared goals with the initiative. I'd like to clarify what it means to destroy a video game. Second slide. When we say a game has been destroyed, what we mean is a publisher has...
Also, this is kind of like insane that he's like going in front of like crusty old politicians and telling them about like, hey, video games are in danger. I can't think of an audience that's less sympathetic to video games, except for like maybe like a big group of like, feminists or something like that. But it's surprising that they were so open to what he had to say, considering like I imagine a lot of these people have never played a video game in their life, or they ascribe to that really broken ass thought process of like, oh, if you're into video gamers are all like just racist, dangerous, insults who are just like on the verge, just waiting to explode. Oh my god, I'm gonna ban this fucker. Oh my god, no. Why do you have that as your symbol, IDK? Alright, I'm gonna have to ban you. I'm not getting involved in this bullshit. Let's see, how do I do this? Remove. There's more. I can do more than that. How do I do the fucking bans? Jeez, okay. Okay, I did that. Jeez, okay. Alright, did legislation pass? No, unfortunately nothing yet. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully in time this will we'll get some like actual legislation like pushed through and all that. But this is like a good first step. Also, I'm trying to figure out like how do I like ban somebody on YouTube? I don't know how to do that. Let's see. I need to see. I'm gonna have to do this later, I imagine. But I need to figure out like how to like ban people on YouTube side of things. That's annoying. I don't know how to do this. I've only ever like timed out people on YouTube. I've never actually like done full-on bans, and I should figure out how to do that. Wait, let me see. YouTube live. Click on through that. Okay, so that's how I do it. Hold on. Let's see. Navigate to the channel page. Click the 3 dots top right corner. Channel page, 3 dots in top right corner. Excuse me. I don't know. I'll have to figure this out later. Ah, fuck. Anyway. I use it from channel or block, I think. Yeah, I think I might have like fucked it up. Because that channel page dashboard. So I'm not seeing the option to do that. Channel. Also, I picked like the most like terrifying music I could have gone with. All right. Well, if they pop up again, I'll just I'll ban them that then. I'm not sure how to do it in as of right now. Why does YouTube make everything so fucking complicated? Anyway. Go back. There you go. Alright. What the hell am I listening to? The I2K guy. Yeah, like he's just being like a fucking troll. Oh my god. You can't see it on I don't think you can see it on Twitch chat, but he has like a swastika as his user, as his profile pic. And it's like, okay, I'm not dealing with this right now. I don't need fucking trolls / like actual Nazis like associating with me. Thank you very much.
Permanently disable
Anyway,
all
get back
copies
into
of
this.
it that have been sold so no one can ever play them again. It would be like removing every single copy of a book or film in existence. Effectively
That's a really good way of like putting it, so that again to make it understandable for the other ones. Yeah, it's just so fucking annoying. Look, I'm very critical of people on the other side of the of certain people, but that doesn't mean I associate with the extreme other direction. Like, otherwise, I think he's also just like being a fucking troll.
erasing
So,
it
I
from
don't
the
know.
culture. The way this practice works is first a publisher sells a copy of a video game.
Anyway.
However, it has been designed so that it must connect to
I
the
delete
publisher in
this.
order to function. This acts as a potential kill switch. The customer is also given no information when the game will stop working, even though the publisher has decided to assume that responsibility. Then, after an undisclosed length of time, the publisher disables all existing copies of the game, but keeps the customer's money. The publisher also enacts countermeasures to ensure repairing the game. Repairing the game is almost impossible, even for experienced software
Oh my
professionals.
God.
From this point onward, no customer can ever run the purchase again. Besides destroying the game, this practice is also subverting customer expectations. Most video games can work indefinitely, which has been the customer standard for half a century, including ones that connect to the internet. Alternately, a small number of video games operate as
Yeah, now it's not
subscription
letting me like
services,
hide the
but those
activity
inform
in
the
my
customer exactly
OBS.
when their
What the
access
heck?
ends at the time of payment. The games we're referring to do no such thing. They almost always contain terms stating they can end at any time for any reason. What this means is customers have no real protections when they buy games like these. They are unable to keep them and they are not informed when they will end.
Ross makes a compelling argument, and I fully stand behind him with what he's saying because yes, there does need to be laws in place. Because if you pay for something, you should have...
Although I do have like some misgivings about the EU. Apparently, I found out recently that a lot of like, I think the majority of their the people who are like part of the EU Council are not elected; they're appointed like the head of the council, some old hag. I don't even know what her name is. She's like a woman in her like her 60s or 70s. I don't know who she is, but she was not elected for that position. But she's effectively like the most powerful person or one of the most powerful people in all of Europe. So it's kind of sus. Just saying. I don't like the EU, but like I guess you do have to appeal them to appeal to them for this, unfortunately.
Access to it. Otherwise, that slope will get so slippery that nothing will get better for any of us. Ross
Isn't the prime minister also appointed? Is that a thing? The prime minister, well, isn't a prime minister per country? I thought prime ministers were like voted for in. Couple hearing European Parliament, there was no Parliament member that wasn't responding positively. Yeah, so like overall, it seems like they received it pretty well. Everyone was very like again, his arguments are sound, basically talking about the whole issue. Also, hello Ming Fan Zhang, welcome. Hope you're doing good tonight. Hold on, I need to check what's going on here. All right, thank you for clearing up the YouTube thing. There's some interesting people over there, right? Earlier tonight. But yeah, overall, it seems like everyone was received. It was received very positively. I imagine like the big corporations like Ubisoft and such are probably lobbying right now in the back, because like earlier in the year, or like last year, I believe, I think Ubisoft and EA, I think they were the ones that were doing it. They were like trying to lobby and say like, no, we have the right to do this, blah blah blah, and utter bullshit. And really, the whole Stop Killing Games thing is just like, give us the right to like do peer-to-peer servers after like a game's life service ends, right? And also like, you know, eventually pushing for us to like own the data that we buy. Like this is kind of just the first step. He's not arguing that like, unfortunately, he's not arguing that we have the right to do whatever we want. Like for example, I think last week we were talking about like Resident Evil and modding the game, and how Capcom is very anal about like you being able to do whatever you want to the game files and yada yada. I think the next step would be that, because like at the end of the day, it is your game. You bought it, you can do whatever you want. But like this is primarily just about like, you know, I want to be able to keep playing my live service game even after like, you know, the official servers go offline and yada yada. So like, you know, stop killing games. Like let us keep playing the games. But this is a step in the right direction also towards like, you know, officially and with finality owning the products that we buy online. Like I think I speak for a lot of us that we all use Steam and such, and unfortunately we don't really own Steam games. We're really just buying a license to have access to it. And this is why like GOG is so important, because it's like DRM free and all that. Like as much as I love Valve and I do appreciate them, they're not giving us like DRM free products, and we should be able to like do with it whatever we want. I should be able to download like Elden Ring, and I should be able to play that, put that on like a USB drive, slap it into like another laptop that I don't log into from my my Steam account. This is like a completely dead laptop, no internet connection whatsoever, and I should be able to play that game. I should have that right. I should be able to do that because I paid for that game. I paid $60 when it came out. I bought the DLC, yada yada. It's mine. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. But hopefully, this is a good step in the right direction. I mean, this is like it's already a good cause, but I'm hoping like we can go further. We need to go further. We need to like actually actively own what we're paying for and yada yada, what we paid for. But yeah, so that's like some good news to start off with. Again, no legislation has been pushed through yet, but this is a step in the right direction, and hopefully we'll be hearing soon about
the majority
about the like maybe potentially some like some bills being proposed and yada yada, and then hopefully this will be finally something we don't have to worry about anymore. Though I imagine in the coming weeks we'll also be hearing like pushback again, the Ubisoft, the EA, and all these other shit show AAA companies like making their case, quote unquote, of how like they deserve to kill your game whenever they want, because reasons. Again, like I do recommend watching the actual press conference. But one really good point he made was like comparing it to like a car. If I buy a car, as soon as it's paid off, that's my car. Like I can do whatever I want with it. I can mod it. I can repair it. I can do whatever the hell I want to it. It's my fucking car, and it just doesn't make sense that like at any given time, like the parent company that made it can just like take parts away from us. I don't know if you heard, but like apparently like BMW was doing this really fucking bullshit subscription service where you had to like sign up for a subscription, like I don't know, like $20 a month or something, to use features that are built into your car, like you know, like heating elements or like auto tuning or whatever while you're driving. Like those are subscription elements that you have to pay for to use. Like the heating element, you know, like what a heating element is, basically like coils that are inside your car seat. What is that in the corner? Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about that. That's just a picture I had of myself a couple summers ago. Don't worry about it. Anyway, how's it going, Elga? Hope you're having a good evening. But yeah, like I was saying, a heating coil is like something that's in your car seats, and it's like a regular heating element, like on a stove. It just heats up the metal, and then it makes your seat like warmer because, like, you know, it's fucking cold out. That is built into BMW cars, but they charge you a service just to access the feature, which is just so fucking dystopian and retarded. And like, yeah, I hope they're like pushing back against that. Like, I hope the EU is like crushing. I hate BMW so much. I used to love BMW as a car brand because I just thought their vehicles were so fucking cool. But now it's just like, oh my god, I hate modern companies so much. You guys should. No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just look at it and enjoy it. It's fine. Ferrari doesn't allow you to mod your car depending on what you do. That is retarded. That shouldn't be a thing. That's something that they should really like make actual like laws to. Like, I should be able to do with my car whatever I want. It is not up to them to decide what I can do, what I can and can't do with what I paid for with my money. So. And again, that applies to video games as well. So like, I think there really needs to be some more lockdown laws for products and like what customers can and can't do. And the right answer is they can do anything because it's theirs. They paid for it. And to say otherwise is just fucking, this is fucking retarded. Like, I don't know what else to say. But anyway, that's but yeah, like overall, I think we should just take this as a win because, you know, Stop Killing Games is kind of making progress, and hopefully we'll hear some more good news in the future. So like, that's basically that. Moving on. You want to talk about this, or should I like go on to like some other stuff? You want to talk about Pragmata? All right, before we go, okay, we'll talk about Chibi's thing after we talk about Pragmata because like, it's kind of like related, you know, lolis and all that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. It's our favorite boy, so we gotta play our favorite video. What was it? Let's see. What was the fucking thing? So you can find it. Sam Hyde, yeah, Sam Hyde. Where is it? There it is. Here it is.
You got anyone you want to call out in the heavyweight division? Oh.
I love the. I just realized he is saying that Sam Piker's in the heavyweight division.
You know it, lad. You know that Hassan Piker. I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house. Or in the ring. No, in real life.
No, in real life.
I'm gonna stalk him and become obsessed with him, and wear his makeup and his dresses. And use his skin as a coat, like the ancient Irish did. Well, that's your winner, Sam Hyde!
Let's go! Anyway, thank you, Sam Hyde, for introducing our favorite boy. Hassan, as he had a very important message to talk about regarding Pragmata, the best game to come out this year. Well, yeah, best game to come out this year, sure. Why not? base. But yeah, people are being very normal and reasonable and not crashing out at all regarding this wonderful game about fatherhood and being and your cutesy little daughter, robot daughter.
Once again, talking about the game Pragmata, which is causing a lot of discussion.
Oh yeah, it also sold over 1 million copies in the first 2 days. That's insane, especially for like a first time game that like has no prior history, it's a brand new IP. And under 2 days they got over 1 million units in the first it took like Marathon, again, the Bungie, the venerable Bungie, it took Marathon like a month to hit 1 million. And like their player base just still keeps going down, by the way. I was gonna do like a full segment on it, but like Marathon, apparently they're considering behind closed doors, there is apparently talks about it going free to play. Like even like Jason Sawyer, as much of a smiley little bastard that guy is, even he has to admit like the game isn't doing great. But you know what's going great? Pragmata keeps winning, and it keeps winning
on social media,
because it also keeps making the right people angry.
This discussion has included a lot of crash outs that we'll see in this video as well, but there's also a lot.
Let me see. Let's go to this game's dragging out the innate dad instincts for every male gamer, driving fatherless people into fits of rage. Exactly. It's making the most deranged people so fucking upset, and it's beautiful. It has like a 95% approval rating, which is overwhelmingly positive. I love this meme in particular. You killed the man, not the idea. Oh my god. I approve of pro baby making propaganda. I'm all for it. I'm not usually a fan of propaganda, but like this is propaganda that I can 100% get behind. We need to get people pregnant. We need to get some women pregnant. Especially in Japan. They need to start setting up some bakeries over there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, a lot of people are just like losing their fucking minds. What is this? It's dangerous, simulates fatherhood instinct that never ever even existed. It feels like might have satisfied everyone. But yeah, like so many angry people. Twitch bash for Pragmata representing a pedal meme. Oh yeah, the oh well. Everyone's losing it over the oh well meme. Face. I love that fucking meme. But yeah, it's fucking amazing. Again, people are just fucking losing it. Oh yeah. Okay, so it was actually very appropriate that this is like just it's kind of like a repeat of what happened like, was it like a year or 2 years ago? I can't remember how long ago it was. But if you guys don't remember, do you guys remember the Japanese actually we can just watch it right now. We'll watch it right now, sure. McDonald's ad. You guys remember this ad? Remember look how sweet and wholesome this ad is? So I forgot how short it was. It's like literally only like 30 seconds or so, like that. Hope this music isn't copyright. I'll keep talking over it just in case. But like, look how happy they are. It's like a young couple and a young family like coming together, and they're like just having their McDonald's, and it's just sweet, wholesome. The little girl is adorable. The mom is beautiful and happy, and the father is just like so proud and happy just to be able to say like, hey, I made it. I have everything I need, and like this is just a quiet moment in that world that he earned, honestly. And people fucking lost their minds over this. It's kind of just a repeat of all that if you think about it, and that's what Rev was like had brought up regarding it, because people can't just accept this. It's like antithetical for a lot of people on that side of the aisle and the spectrum. Let's be real. Like very big emphasis on spectrum. They just can't handle this for some reason, and I have theories about it. Like this has been talked about for quite a bit, and I'm just gonna bring up the points, but it's just a repeat of everything that went down, and I will bring it up towards the end. Why do people react so negatively to this idea of the family unit? And we'll get into that, but continuing on. Okay, and then here's our golden boy. He's got some choice words to say about this.
To his reaction.
In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand, like,
oh yeah, Kaya's there, by the way. Look at this, Kaya. She's in place.
Like, why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy. Right?
Oh my god. I'm gonna break down what he's saying because like all of it is just wrong. But let's let him finish.
Who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman. Why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like,
to break up the nuclear family, of course they would be upset when we try to rebuild it. I mean, yes, that is a big part of it. And I will break this down in a bit.
Hot Cheetos, if they change.
Okay, so he's like saying like, oh, you're just a gaming incel, so why do you even care about having a family or having children or yada yada? Here's the fucking tea, Mr. Hassan Piker. Young men in general just have an innate we just have an innate instinct to have families and care for our children. Like, not all of us are meant for it, and not all of us deserve it. Speaking of people who don't deserve it, I'm looking at him right there on the screen right there. But we all have this innate, I think even he has this innate instinct. But he can't acknowledge it because it's not part of the trend that he's part of. It's not part of his side. The nuclear family, like you said, TOA, it is antithetical to their philosophy, and they're breaking up their the Western world and yada yada. It just goes completely against it. So that's why he has to call it out and pretend that it's awful and say like, oh, these childs, like, why do you even care? It's something that it's never gonna even happen for you, so why do you even want it? Like, I'm sorry, but like, just because like something is unlikely doesn't mean you're not gonna still want it. It doesn't mean like it's still not gonna cross your mind that, hey, you know what, I wish I had that. A lot of people wish that they had $1 million. Doesn't mean doesn't mean they're ever gonna get it. And unfortunately, a lot of people wish they have a family, and unfortunately they're not gonna get it. It's just because something's out of reach doesn't mean it's something they're not gonna want. Also, sorry Tio, I missed that redeem right now, but here you go. Thank you. Hope you're having a good night. Mwah. Thanks for being here. Appreciate everything. But yeah, it's just that. So his whole argument, if you even want to call it that, just doesn't make fucking sense.
The recipe of Hot Cheetos, if they change the recipe of like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out.
Also, I love how his idea of like gamer is like the most like dude bro / stereotypical thought of like what is a gamer, which is so weird because like these people spent like the past like 10 plus years trying to convince everyone that a gamer can be anybody, a gamer can be anything. Not every gamer is gonna be like your, you know, a 200-300 pound incel shut-in who all they care about is video games, Mountain Dew, and Doritos, in that order, I guess. And he just evolves it into like, oh, like what, like you should be caring about Mountain Dew flavors and Doritos and shit. Like that's I can't tell if he's just trying to be funny or he's just really retarded. I think it's a little bit of both.
About that makes sense, right? Like that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't deserve that fucking dog.
Because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
Again, you don't have to experience something to long for something. I mean, like if you can't experience something, then you're gonna long for it even more. What the heck?
Dude is.
And his whole mentality is like, oh, you're never gonna have it, so you shouldn't even think about it. You shouldn't even dream about it. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just gonna break down like what Rev said. We all kind of know that like Hassan isn't actually single. He's dating this chick. I forgot what her name. Valkyria. Like they're like the not so secret couple. And in this video, she's kind of like opening up and how admitting that she will probably never have kids and never get married and yada yada. And it just kind of like exemplifies just how much of a fucking loser Hassan is. Like he's dating this woman, and this lady goes on live stream, and openly says, I don't plan on ever getting married, ever getting children, never having a family, yada yada. Like your girl, dude, your woman is just basically admitting to the world that she does not want to marry you. She doesn't see like a true future with you, my guy. Hassan probably got ED. Oh wait, sorry, I don't know what that means. But you can explain it to me if you want. But the point is, like, this dude is literally getting bodied by his girl online in front of, like, you know, thousands of people, because, like, you know, she's one of those like fucking thought streamers who has like, you know, has like quadruple, quintuple viewer numbers and yada yada, and it's just like really fucking pathetic. Erectile dysfunction. Okay. I didn't hit that. Why did that not cross my mind? But I wouldn't be surprised at this point. The dude is so, I mean, he's so roided out. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he took some substances that might have ruined downstairs, but who knows? Again, I don't want to make assumptions, but whatever. Anyway, but the point is, like, he's just as fucking a family is just as out of is probably just as out of reach for him as like all the quote unquote losers that he's making fun of, because he can't officially get into a relationship because like his whole model of like as a streamer is that he needs to be available. He needs to give the impression that he is single so that you know all the brainwashed thirst morons that following him can like tell themselves like maybe someday I can be with him, and he's basically trapped himself into that spot. And on top of that, like the actual girl he is actually dating is basically admits live on stream that yeah I don't see my future with him in any capacity, no family, no children, yada yada. And it's just like fucking pathetic and kind of sad to the point that I almost feel bad for him, because I only know one other person in my entire life that has ever had like an experience similar to that. It was a friend in high school, and it was a girl, and she was dating this one guy, and this guy was like an absolute fucking despot, and like he was just like incredibly cold, distant, and just unloving. But for some reason this poor girl was like over the moon for him. And I remember her telling us, like, it was telling me and a group of friends how like her boyfriend, this guy, like, because they were dating, and he told her to her face, like, I don't see myself marrying you ever. And yet she's still fond after this guy and ever. I don't know where she is now. I hope she eventually found someone else, someone better than that guy. Because like, God, he just led her on for like the entirety of high school. Like, by the time I was in the same year as her boyfriend. By the time she was a little younger than us. By the time we graduated, I lost contact with her. But I hope she found something better, because like that guy was not worth it. But anyway, the point is, like, Hassan is basically like that poor high school girl, being strung along with somebody who does not envision a future with him. and it's really fucking pathetic. This guy's like what? He's also like around 34. Yeah, he's about as pathetic as a 16-year-old girl, and that's that's really saying something. Anyway, but he's so pathetic and sad that he has projected onto other people and make fun of them because they want to have the they want to experience the joy of, like, you know, potentially a family in the future. Anyway, well, what does Bean say? If only you knew how bad these really are. Oh, they're going terribly. Oh yeah, and this whole thing was them like making fun, telling Valkyrie, because like she's 34, so her time of having children is rapidly ending. It already technically has already passed. Like the best time to have children as a woman is in your 20s. But you know, as more time passes, the more likely, if you do eventually decide to have children as a woman, the more dangerous it becomes for you and the child. So, just saying. I mean, science has advanced quite a bit, but
and I'm probably gonna keep.
But we don't know. But anyway, moving on. If Capcom's goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays the game want to be a parent, they've done an amazing job. Yeah, I don't like the way you guys talk about children. Like, they aren't toys. Oh my god. Okay, so this like leads into like another thing. Apparently, yeah. Wait. Was there another video, or was that this one? But yeah, it's people are like, again, crashing out, they're losing their mind. Oh yeah, and then there was this thing where a lot of strange reactions to this game let clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way that childless women have paternal instincts, which is fucking utter bollocks. This got community noted, showing that, like, you know, it's about 50-50. It's very close. Like 59% of men versus 63% of women do feel paternal instincts. If they did, okay, let's use the game. Let's just use the game as an example, and like the way that it's marketed and the way that it's succeeding. The game is doing very, very well. It's making a lot of money. A lot of people are playing it. A lot of people are talking about it positively. The vast majority of gamers, despite what all the experts like to pretend are, the vast majority of them are men. Like, usually Caucasian, usually relatively young, between like the ages of like, you know, 20 and 40, but they're men, and they love this game. They love the fatherhood experience. They love this feeling that hey, I am a protector and a provider, and the game is doing well. Just by those numbers alone, you can tell that yes, a lot of men do actually have paternal instincts, just by going by the logic of the sales numbers, using the sales numbers of the game, and also the context of the game itself. You don't even have to look at this this men's health forum, but of course, you know, they're gonna ignore that as well. With enough energy, we could even revive a dying star. I love that fucking meme. With enough love and determination, maybe we can retire that dying star. Insert picture of hold on, let me see if I can find it. Olympus. Is this it? Wait, what does that say? There it is. There it is. Can you hurry up? Yes, man. Oh my god, look at it. Fertile lady. What does that say? Contraception, fertile aid, fertility boost, fertility up. 69 speed. We can do it, boys. Just keep pumping. They're full of if enough power, even a dying star can be reignited. I fucking love Otis. Like, I should get back into Limbus Company properly, but anyway, I fucking love Otis. Ooga, hey Glazer, how's it going? We can do it, guys. We just gotta believe. No, show me the meme, the actual meme. Yes, we can do it, guys. The meatball sandwich is fighting back with me. What happened? I mean, was it like a Subway meatball sandwich? If that's the case, then I understand. It probably isn't sitting well down there. Anyway, the point is, we can save this dying star. I mean, I'm going to save this dying star. But like I said, it is naturally after the 20s. It's not like it's harder to get pregnant, and also it's more dangerous too. There's a lot of potential problems that can happen during and after before, during, and after pregnancy. So, but the point is, like, you know, I don't want to say that those women are out and like it's never gonna happen, because like again, there's some like really charming older women, and I prefer older women too. Like I love women who are like in their 30s and 40s. But at the same time, it's like I'm just like it's just a fact of biology. But either way, I would absolutely turn Otis into a bakery if I could. Just saying. What's with these memes? What the fuck is happening? You know, sometimes Reddit is okay. Sometimes they're alright. Most of the time they're not, but sometimes they're good. My god, I want you to bring my children. Wow, the managers. I think I may have told you many times I'm past menopause. Oh no. She's only like 45. Isn't menopause like, you know, 50 plus at least? She's not that old. I mean, she's old, but she's not that old. What the fuck? What the fuck? It was the commander. It was... What do you mean? What did I do? Did I put something in your meatball sub? Anyway. Is she old too? What the fuck? I don't get this one. I guess it's because like she has bad skin. I think that's the idea behind this one. I mean, I think her womb is fine. She's a vampire. Well, I don't know. Can vampires have babies? It depends on the setting, I guess. Anyway. I fucking love that meme. It's so good. Anyway. But yeah, it's just fucking bullshit. The people are like, again, people are crashing out. And then there was like a different one. Because apparently Shuon Head had some comments to
I
make.
cannot believe how effing mad people are at this tweet. Yes, this is what having a kid is like. It's also other not saying this. A very hostile.
Yeah, okay. You know, so it's what's like having a daughter. It's so cute. Yeah, and so they saw this one, and then people got really mad at this tweet because they're like, "Oh my god, you're undermining how difficult it is to have children. Like you're making it sound like it's like the easiest thing in the world. Like children aren't toys and yada yada yada." Like they're looking for anything to be mad about. And like, well, first of all, it's not real. Second of all, it's literally just inspiring you. Because like, isn't that how it happens? Like you see, like you think about doing something first, and then you go into research, and then do the process of like, you know, maybe am I ready for a child? And like using this as an example, like, am I ready for a child to have a good income and all that? Like, it starts as an idea, and there's nothing wrong with having an idea. Like the thought of like, maybe I would like to be a parent. Like there's nothing wrong with that in of itself. They're not undermining, or they're not like diminishing the big responsibility of being a parent. People are just coming to the conclusion that, hey, maybe being one is a good choice for me. But these people always jump to the conclusion of like, oh my god, how dare you, children are toys, and blah blah blah. Again, they're just trying to find something to be angry about. And apparently Shuon Head had her own input on this. By the way, Shuon Head, like, she's a pretty good thinker. I disagree with her on some things, but I think she was right on the money on this one. Especially because she herself is a new-ish mother. I don't know when she had, I think she had like her first child like maybe like a year or two ago, something like that. Anyway. Can't believe how fucking mad people are this week. Yes, this is what having kids is like. It's also other not so fun stuff, of course, and lots of responsibility. The good parts completely outweigh the bad and make it all worth it. People have been so ass blasted by antinatalists. Yeah, that was the thing. Like apparently, like a lot of this is like kind of turning into antinatalist rhetoric, which is just insane. Which it kind of has been the case for like the past 20 something or 10 something years. But at the same time, it's just like, ugh. Like it's out in force around this game because people are just going all in on like having children bad, basically. It's just insane. Propaganda, they lose their fucking minds at anything remotely pro-children. I'm glad the cute video game is inspiring people to want kids. Yeah, like, that's just, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for people to want families and children. Never argue with idiots, it will bring you down to a level, so beat you with the experience. Yeah, that's like one of the truest things ever. That's why, like, I haven't... I mean, I do want to debate somebody someday, but, like, that's probably why it hasn't happened yet, because I will let myself get drawn to their level. I don't think I've, like, properly tempered myself yet, but, you know, someday, we'll see. Anyway, moving on.
Video game is inspiring people to have kids.
Do they outweigh the bad, though? Look. Like, I'll say this as somebody who doesn't, like, I don't like being around children. Like, I don't. Like, I have to work with them on occasion, but I don't like it. I don't get along with them very well. I find them really loud. I find them annoying. I kind of come to the conclusion for myself that I don't think I would necessarily want to be a father. Maybe I would, maybe I don't. Like, I have to think about it more. I don't want to give, like, a definitive yes or no. That being said, I would never discourage somebody who genuinely wants to be a parent from doing so. Like, I actively encourage people who want to be parents to pursue parenthood. Because it's just, first of all, it just makes sense because, you know, human race, we have to continue it somehow. And two, like, people who are genuinely passionate about being parents produce the best children, and the best children would be the best for society as a whole in general. So, like, this, again, this is just kind of like pushing anti-natalist mentality. Like, what the heck? Anti-Semit. What the fuck does even... What? I'm noticing some veiled anti-Semitism lining your reply. Any comment on that? Excuse me? What? Where? Please point it out. Where? I didn't even read that part. I assume this is in response to Shoe on Head. Where in her fucking reply did she imply anything anti-Semitic? Oh my god. This kind of, okay, I have this video up for a reason, and I will explain it when we get to it. You'll understand exactly what I'm talking about when we get to it. You're not immune to propaganda, Bonue. I'll play it eventually, okay? I just don't know when. I need to... I'm no-lifing Elden Ring right now, okay? Let me have that. Watching a physical gameplay with toys for a few seconds and thinking... Yeah, again, like, they're just, like, diminishing it. Like, people are not saying that being a parent is easy. They're just saying that, hey, maybe I would like to be one. Like, and they're, like, again, they just... Like, that's what these kind of people are. Like, they always jump to the conclusion, like, to the extremes of, like, oh, I believe, like, if you say something like, I'm anti-censorship, they'll jump to the absolute extreme of, like, oh, you're pro child porn then? Like, that's what these kind of people are. They can't just, like, they can't have nuance or anything like that. They have to go all the way to the extreme ends of everything. So, like, you either have to be all in or all out, basically. That's the kind of mentality that they have. It's black and white, basically. And it's so exhausting. Anyway. Oh yeah, and this kind of showing like how... Oh, apparently this person is an OnlyFans model. And they're trying to police other people about whether or not they... And they're trying to tell us if they have a proper... tell us about what we can and can't do regarding children. Dog gives me paternal instincts. I hope the paternal cow is over there. I hope they're nice and warm next to my thighs. Anyway. But yeah, so they're unmarried. By the way, this is like her profile pic, and she like has her cleavage out and everything. And like, look, I'm a fucking gooner and a fuckboy too, but at the same time, it's like I'm not going around trying to like police people. And it's just like kind of funny, and like it goes into like other things. Like apparently she's like a really big anti-Israel kind of person. Like delete the entire state, like including the people, which is just weird. but she's an OnlyFans model, which and OnlyFans has connections to Israel. It's just really fucking weird. Of course, she's like a rabid feminist. The worst enemy of all women is man. Things men own women. Owe women money. Things women owe men nothing. Yeah, this is the kind of person that's trying. The point is like the point of pointing this person out. Like this is the kind of person that's trying to tell you that you shouldn't have children or you shouldn't be playing this game because reasons. Because reasons. Therapy's costly. Like, and she's also e-begging too. Like, go join my OnlyFans already, and yada yada. It's just so fucking weird. Kangman has like some like really shit ass takes sometimes, but you know, whatever. He's being normal about this. You know, let children be children. Must be following likes because I just not possible to harass that many people will agree with my tweet. Oh yeah, and then like apparently there's like evidence that she was also botting likes on top of everything, which is somebody send this to me. Someone put this in the server. Go find this. The Pragmata with Diana flipping people off. I want that. I want that as like my phone background. Someone go find that. It hates Israel but fun in Israel, basically. Again, it's just like the whole... These people, like I don't care about what your opinion on Israel is, but the point is like... She has no consistency. She's here and there and everywhere. And we're supposed to listen to her, apparently. It's just like, what? And with her anti-natalist, basically, views and all that. I don't know. Don't listen to the dried up future cat lady folks. Kids are wonderful. Yes. Let people dream about becoming parents. And yeah, we get back to this thing. Apparently there was a response from like this guy, Tim Pool of all people. It was like, Mary's correct in tendency. I think people are taking her point to some extremes, and despite the community note, I still argue women are substantially more baby crazy than men, and what Mary is generally... Well, that's not what she said, dude. She said that men do not have parental instincts. She's basically implying that men do not have parental instincts at all. Again, let's go back to her quote. Let's go read her fucking tweet. The chosen Weezer, that's even the way it's a little boy. Men's first experience maternal things once they have their own children, typically. Yeah, men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Do you think there's a reason for that? There's a reason that men do not gush over kids in public. It's because if we did, we would be called creeps and weirdos and pedos. Kind of like how people are seeing men play this game and then thinking to themselves, hey, I want to be a father. And then they get caught pedophiles for thinking that. It's almost like there's like a stigma against men regarding children. Like, I don't have any... Like, we've all heard the stories of like a guy that goes to like the park with his like little girl or whatever. Like, it's just him and his daughter, right? And then he gets like looks from like the moms there because like nobody expects a father to spend like, you know, alone time with his daughter unless it's like something creepy. And like I even heard like horror stories of like women of like these busybody Karens calling like the cops over and like saying like there's like this strange man with this little girl, and then he has to like in public embarrassed have to explain like, no, she's my daughter, I'm here with the park with her. And he still gets weird looks because like, why are you with the park with your child? Like, shouldn't you be at work like the man or whatever? And it's just like it's so fucking like, fathers can't even be fathers with their children. It's just insane and heartbreaking. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, possess a child for any reason other than being a product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. What the fuck? Again, like, see, like, they always go to these extremes of like, oh, the and like here, okay, like this is a great, this conflicts with this line here. Men don't gush over kids in public. And then here at the bottom, a man, if a man wants to possess a child with any reason other than being a product of his own lineage, he's likely a predator. So basically, what she's saying here is that men should not want to engage with children, period. unless it's to continue his bloodline. Unless like that's just a child there for the sake of for the sake of like family and carrying on the name. Any other reason? He's a fucking creep and a pedo. Also, hey Snowy, I am getting mad at people on the internet. Welcome. What the fuck are you doing to my my emoji? Hope you're having a good evening though. So yeah, she's a hack. Tim Pool's a hack. And yeah, so and this the fucking irony of all this. Kotaku of all people trying to tell us that we need to be normal about Pragmata when it is Kotaku who probably, maybe they don't agree with Tim Pool, but they probably agree with this lady. They probably agree with this lady. They probably agree with
Discussion is
and they probably agree with people like Hassan too. And they're trying to tell us that yeah, we need to be normal about this fucking game, and it's just so fucking insane. Civil War guy. Oh god, sorry. I don't know. It's just so insane. Anyway, thank you for everything, Snowy. Let's see. Let me get you Sun Tzu quote. If I can fucking find it. Oh wait, excuse me. Never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. Thank you, Sun Tzu. That's an actually good line from Sun Tzu, but appreciate it. But yeah, it's just people are being very, very normal about Pragmata. All right. To close this off, I want to watch this, like just like the first beginning of it, because like this is very telling as to what these people's mindset and why they kind of like are so hostile to the thought of like families and fatherhood and things in general. Let's just watch this.
What are the building blocks of a baby?
This is Warren Smith, by the way. Great guy again. Like he's one of my favorite debaters, and he's just a very thoughtful, very cool guy.
2 cells, a sperm, and
Okay, hold on. Let me.
On the verge of tears. Isabel Brown is confronted by one of the most brainwashed students I've ever seen. It's difficult to believe that this is real.
I am an international studies major here.
awesome.
This student is going to argue that the very concept of a mother and a father in the home is actually a racist idea that has been forced upon us.
You speak of this nuclear family, a father, mother, children.
A family with children and 2 parents in the household, a mother and a father. That's all nuclear family means. She's going to argue that that is actually racist.
Separating the fact that the nuclear family is inherently racist and also...
How so?
That's the cusp of it. That's basically it. They have come down to. Pragmata Des also worked on Metal Gear Rising Revenge. Oh, sick, nice. I mean, both great games. God, I will play Pragmata eventually, and I will play Metal Gear Rising Revenges eventually. Anyway, but like that's just like the very cusp of it, isn't it? Having a family is racist. It's just wrong. It's Nazism. It's racism. It encourages the patriarchy. It's bad. That's why they're so antithetical. They're not gonna say these words. Like this is poor brainwashed girl. Again, I call her a girl because she's probably like what 18 at most. 18, 19. They really just she's not smart enough to hide it. Like Hassan, he's a moron, but he's been in the game for a long ass time, so he knows that he has to like gushy it up. He can't just straight up say that no, we don't want you to have that because it's innately racist. No, he has to gussy it up as in a sense like, why do you even want that? It's not even something that should be on your mind. Yada yada. He's got to like basically dance around it. Like he's actually a pretty good bullshitter, if nothing else. But she kind of just like spilled the beans here. Like it's literally just racism to them. The nuclear family is antithetical to their ideas because here's really why. It always comes down to Marxism and communism. It's basically because like they don't want you to like uphold and, you know, value the nuclear family or like the family in general, because that would mean the family comes before the state. No, 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 no. You can't care about your children and your wife. You need to care about the state and how you're going to contribute to this. You need to support everybody, the entire community, your nation. No, no, no. It can't be, you can't be focusing on your family. You have, like, we will take care of you. Don't worry about that. It's antithetical to Marxism and their ideals of it's antithetical basically to their political ideals. That's why they can't have it. And there's more to it than that. I mean, like, that's like the basic, like, you know, sum up quickly of the entire thing. And there's like more to it as well. Like, I imagine Hassan in particular has like a religious motive to it as well, because like there are imams who have come out and said that they want to outbreed the West. Like they have said it verbatim, and I imagine Hassan agrees with that because, like, you know, he's a terrorist fucking groupie. So it's just really the whole idea of family just completely goes against their ideals. That's why they hate it so goddamn much. So even if they can't like what's the word? Put it into proper words, like, that's basically why. It's antithetical to their ideas. So they have to demonize it. They have to say, oh, it's pedophilic, or like, oh, like look at, again, going back to the McDonald's example, like, oh my god, why does the wife look basically like the child? Like, it's so pedophilic, or like, oh, if you like this game, you're a pedophile. They have to paint it in the most negative light because they don't have anything else to like argue against it. Because like innately, family is good. Having children is good. So they have to like pretend that it's something else. And it's just very sad, but also like kind of not enlightening, but also encouraging that people are kind of like not really falling for this shit anymore. It's only like the real crazies at the edges that are actually still saying this, and they're still screaming pretty fucking loudly. But thankfully, it doesn't seem like they have much ground. Again, go look back to the success of the game. The game is doing very well. I think it's a contender for game of the year, in my opinion. And overall, a lot of people are like have a lot of similar, very similar idea that like, hey, this actually makes me want to like consider being a parent. So thankfully, the crazies are kind of getting beat out, and I do appreciate it. And there's like more talking points you can go into this. I remember he was like kind of I have said in the past that like I don't agree with Dev's modern takes, but he did do some really good videos about like being normal is considered fascism, and also what do you call it, and why people hate the McDonald's ad. Modes ad. Yeah. Viral again. Like, again, this, why it made people so fucking mad. And also the video on normal men. Everything normal is right wing, basically. Which includes things like having a family. Like, again, like I disagree with a lot of what Dev says these days, but like he was right on point with like these two videos. And I do recommend watching them if you want to like kind of understand like more in depth like what's going on and why they're thinking like this.
What are the building
I'm
blocks?
kind of just like summarizing it all. But like I do recommend, but if you want to do some more research into it. But yeah, so that's basically it. Again, people are just being insane. They hate Pragmata, and they just hate the idea of nuclear family in general because of that. So that's why they can't do anything but push back against it, really. But yeah, that's basically it regarding the Pragmata situation. I think it's kind of died down since. Those videos were from earlier in the week, so I kind of think as of this point, for the most part, we've kind of calmed down regarding the Pragmata situation. Anyway, speaking of lolis, there was a this is like a very dark
2 million.
incident. So apparently, somebody went over to the grave of Chibi's brother and threatened to basically desecrate the grave because they hate Chibi. And I just find it is so fucking... I can't even find like an appropriate word for this. It's just so insane. This mentality of like, oh, I don't like this guy. Oh, I must defend the fictional children. Therefore, I will desecrate this grade. God, it's like this fucking... The line that they said, it's just a drawing, compelling argument. I'm digging up your brother and turning him into a chair. Like, gee, like, why? That just doesn't make sense, like, at all. Like, how do you come to this conclusion? Like, even if you really dislike a guy, even if a guy was like, let's pretend that Chibi actually is an absolute despot. Let's pretend for a moment that he actually is a bad person. He isn't, by the way. Like, if like the only things it really just comes down into lolis and all that. That's like literally the only thing he does, like, which is like, you know, stand for, you know, anti-censorship and the freedom to enjoy fictional arts. But let's pretend like he actually let's pretend he was actually like, you know, Hitler or something. Like he was literally Hitler. Let's pretend that. How does that even relate back to his brother, his dead brother? Why are you gonna punish a dead man for the actions of his living relative? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't compute. Like, how do you come to this conclusion? And you're right, Theo. It is demonic. Like, these people are literally fucking insane, rabid animals. They're psychopaths. They're awful. And unfortunately, apparently, a lot of people were looking at this and liking it and agreeing with it, including like big name content creators. I can think of a few that probably were all for this. I'm not gonna say any of their names because like I try to be at least somewhat civil, even though these people don't really deserve it. But it's just so fucking insane, like this mentality that they have, and they think that they're the good guys. I think I made a tweet like the other day, like they literally, like they no longer have the moral high ground. Like it's not even a case of having the moral high ground. They're literally digging a trench to put themselves as low as fucking possible. Like, pun not intended. Like, I forgot exactly what my exact wording was, but like, these people, this guy thinks he's the good guy. Like, he's threatening to do something like this, and people are like cheering him on, and they think that they're the good guys. If you can convince someone that the good guy, they are willing to do anything that will destroy their enemies. Yeah, it goes back to that, right? Like the whole saying, like they call you a Nazi not because you are one, but so that they can justify hating, threatening, ruining your life, and ultimately even killing you. Like it again, just kissing back to that can't be civil with the uncivilized. Yeah. Again, like it just takes me back to like that mentality of like the whole, again, the Charlie Kirk thing. Like these people are acting like absolute uncivilized monsters, and yet they'll tell you that they're the good guys because they decided it, that they're the moral ones, while actively encouraging things like this, while actively encouraging the murder of innocent people, again, like Charlie Kirk, and also like Chibi, like because they've actively called for his death, and a lot of them were like groaning and like moaning in pain, like, oh, you should have just done it, why didn't you go through with it? Like when Chibi almost committed suicide, and again, these people think that they're the good guys, and it's just so fucking frustrating that that we have to deal with them. And like that's why like I'm so fucking pro loli, because like if you think that this is okay, but you get mad because and you get mad because of like a dummy thick little cartoon girl. Your priorities are clearly out of fucking whack, and this you don't have the moral high ground anymore. Like you fucking lost. You didn't just lose the moral high ground. You were actively digging yourself deeper and deeper underneath it, and it's just like, God. I was gonna talk about the Chibi Kiwi Farm stuff. Was there a Kiwi Farm thing that came out recently? I don't remember that. I didn't see anything about that. What happened? I don't recall. I didn't hear anything about Chibi Kiwi Farms. Also, his fucking banner's like glitching out. What the hell? Why is it doing that? Okay, there. No, it's gone now. I know he's talked about some stuff regarding people in Kiwi Farms are trying to pit get a hit. I assume you're talking about get a hit out on Chibi. Okay, I've not heard about that, and that is fucking insane. Put hits out on Chibi. That is fucking insane. You think they would have learned? That is so fucking insane. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, it's just getting worse. Like, these people are fucking absolute monsters.
They might just instantly.
And, like, just because, like, he talks about fucking anime drawings, they literally want to end somebody's life. That is so, like, I don't, what, send me, like, a source or something, TLA, because I've never heard of that, but I don't doubt it, honestly, considering the fucking nonsense that these people get up to. But I haven't heard about that. If that's true, then like, I think it's on his ex Twitter. But okay, hold on. Let me quickly go to Twitter and I'll look at that. Let's see. Nice feet, by the way. He looks like he fucked his sister. God. Damn it. I hope this isn't true, but I'm not seeing anything yet. I'm looking through his Twitter right now. I'm not like showing it on screen because Chibi is very cultured and like we might get flashbang with a pair of bare anime titties. So I don't want to risk it. Okay, you sent it to me. Thanks for the pragmata meme, by the way. Okay, let's see. Okay, you sent it to me. Thank you. Okay, let's look at this real quick. Okay, since rumors are spreading why the law enforcement is involved, the short summary is that Kiwi Farms was trying to pay a teen $200 to come to my house and get shot, or me get shot. They were actively encouraging assassination attempts against my life. Jesus fucking H Christ. It puts a soy jacks on his door through his letterbox. I will literally pay for your gas money at the 200 UC if you're not gonna ship this tempting because I'm 40 minutes away. Bro, he said they were kind of scared of his gun, which is a fellow team pointed out that he could go in the middle of the night. If anything, I low-key kind of want Chibi to pull up Boogie, not because I want the soy being shot, which I don't, but because it would be very funny to see Chibi pull up Boogie and make himself look even worse. Ah, yes. How dare he fucking shoot an intruder in his house? Clearly, he's the one at fault. Even if it's a fucking teenager, it's still an intruder who he doesn't know. Likely can't see in the dark. And like, oh, but it was Chibi's fault because he shot him because he was afraid for his own life. He had a home invader. Jesus fucking Christ, these people are insane. Like, oh, I'm worried about the teen, but it'd be really funny if he shot the teenager so that Chibi would look even worse. These people are fucking psychopaths. Like, this is getting... God, I'm so fucking fed up at this point. Haven't done any chibi sleep tracking or anything, but you might want to watch for neat hours. A respectable 9 a.m. start might do the job. Worst case, you can catch them at 30. Jesus fucking Christ. These people are like literally insane, and I wish nothing but hell upon them because this is, God fucking damn it. And like, it's not even a case of they're doing it themselves. They're so fucking cowardly that they're gonna get like an impressionable kid to do it for them and potentially get that kid hurt in the process. Because, you know, we just gotta own the fucking chud because he likes cartoon drawings. So fucking insane. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting like legitimately upset. Boogie recap: someone showed up at his house, shot a warning shot in the air. They got in trouble because it was a felony to fire a gun in the air. That is so... Yeah, that's why a lot of people like say like don't bother doing warning shots, because you'll get in trouble for doing the warning shot. You would have been better off just doing self-defense. I mean, if you have to do a warning shot, do it into the ground, preferably dirt. Or I don't know, like maybe, you know, somewhere like on your property that can take it. But yeah, that's why people don't do warning shots, and why it's not recommended to do warning shots. But Jesus fucking H Christ, this is just insane. These people are deplorable monsters. Oh, it's making me... things I can't say, and I'm getting very upset. Oh my god, things I cannot say. Like, all I can say is that I hope Chibi stays safe. Fuck these rat bastards, and including Shep, including all those other big name streamers and content creators who are like piling on him. Because like in this video, like, it was kind of like a follow-up. He was basically talking about how he's kind of become an acceptable target, and like it kind of goes back into that mentality, right? Of like, they don't call you a Nazi because you are one. They call you that because so it can justify hating you and doing awful things to you. That's basically what's become a Chibi. He is an acceptable target. And it's just so fucking infuriating. And good god. Like, you don't even need to know. Like, if like people, you can just like these people can just literally just go up to people. Like, again, the same thing literally happened with Charlie Kirk of all things. Again, because I had friends who I told them, like, hey, why are you celebrating an innocent man's death? And they were like, I'm glad he's dead. He did all these awful things. And then provide no proof about it. Because, like, if you repeat a lie enough times, it becomes truth. And that's basically what's happening with Chibi. It's what happened with Charlie Kirk. And it's what's happened with a lot of other streamers. And what happened to, like, it will happen, like, it might even happen to me. Who knows? Who fucking knows at this point? You just gotta build up that reputation, and then you get, like, again, you just get people like hiring teenagers to go to his house and shoot him, because that makes fucking sense. Anyway, are you trying to like cheer me up, Snowy? I appreciate it if you are. But yeah, it's just yeah, like, again, like, there's some people in this world who are literally just like, you can't negotiate with them. Like, they are experiencing like a fundamentally different reality from like normal people. And there's no point in arguing with them. And the best you can hope is just to walk away. But unfortunately, some of them are maniacs, and they will continuously pester and follow you, even if you're just trying to disengage. And that's just so unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I don't know what else to say. I guess, like, the last thing I can say is, like, I hope Chibi's okay. I hope he gets through this. I am 100% on his side. And if that makes me a bad person, fuck you. I own a gun too. And also, I live in a bunker underground, so good luck finding me. So yeah, it's so what the fuck was the sound? It just fucking broke. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Hope he turns out okay. It's just unfortunate. Anyway, moving on from that. I didn't want to like be quiet on that because it seems like so many people are just like I said, he's like an acceptable target, but what becoming an acceptable target also means you become inconvenient to associate with. Like it's bad optics to be associated with that person, even if you don't agree or think or believe the accusations. The consensus is like, maybe I shouldn't associate with this guy. Well, fuck that. They're wrong. He is being unjustly targeted. And even if he was, again, even if he was like the worst guy in the world, like even if he actually was literally Hitler, none of the stuff they've been doing is justified. Like, you don't desecrate somebody's grave. If he's actually dangerous, you don't go to his house and like do the hit yourself. You call the police. Which, again, they did do that, and then the police found nothing because there's nothing to find. It's just because he's been swatted before, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. But yeah, it's just, oh my god. I don't support anything that has happened to Chibi. Personally, I think he needs to stop making these things public or go put more eyes on it, because every time he speaks on a subject, it signals the trolls are getting to him. I don't know. Like, you might be right, but at the same time, it's like, if he doesn't acknowledge it, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he should acknowledge it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's the right answer. I can't really give you the correct answer. But like to stop, I don't know, maybe you're right. Maybe he should just like stop talking about like all the attacks and just simply focus on the content, you know, talking about like the censorship, saying how, you know, it's not wrong to like lowly and yada yada, you know, all that stuff. Maybe that's the best choice. I don't know. I hope I never have to find out. I hope I never have to make that choice, but like in reality. But I do hope for him. I do hope he gets out of this in one piece. Anyway, but yeah, if you let your enemy know you bleed, let them know they can kill you. I know. I mean, that's a fair assessment. Obviously, go to the police, but maybe not make YouTube videos. No, low is fine. I mean, vids about the person attacks. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, maybe don't I know what you're talking about. Like, just like focus on the content and not on like talking about the attacks on himself. You know, like just do videos as if nothing's happening. Just pretend nothing's happening. Because like if the videos keep coming out and he keeps talking about things that they hate, and he doesn't even acknowledge their attacks, then that might make them think like, hey, like it's not even getting to him at this point. So I don't know. Maybe that's the right call. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway. But yeah, like I said, final thoughts. Just hope Chibi's all right. And yeah, that's all I can really say. We'll see what happens. Chibi is in a lose-lose situation, unfortunately. If he starts ignoring the trolls, they will claim they win and that he's a pussy for backing down. But if he fights back, they go ballistic and do shit so inhumane. They try to win. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he needs to do something like what Kier's did. I don't know if you know, but Kier's basically went like super dark for a little bit. I think she kept streaming, but she basically moved from her house to like a safe house for like a couple of months or so, and then she moved into a completely different house permanently. Now that's really expensive, but I feel like Chibi might have to do that if this keeps going on. Like, he might just have to like move states, and like completely relocate and try to find somewhere else he can do, and then when he starts like streaming again or like creating content again, he needs to be very, very careful and try his best to you know, get into lockdown, hit like his privacy and everything. So I don't know, maybe that's the best bet for him. I don't know. Like, again, this money that you have to put into, like, I even consider, like, this is really sad, but I also consider, like, maybe he should exhume his brother's grave, maybe have him cremated and then carry the ashes with him from now on, or spread the ashes somewhere, so that threat is never available ever again. You know, it's like the threat of his brother's body being desecrated is never an option. It's never a possibility ever again. I would hope I mean, like, if it was my brother, like, pretend like I was in the situation. Like, I have a little brother. I would hope that he would understand. Like, hey, like, Aldrich, I might have to like cremate you so I can keep you safe. And I don't know, maybe I think he would understand. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask him. my brother's still very much alive, but so this is getting really dark. But you know what I mean. Either way, I hope that doesn't come to that, because like this is really getting really sketchy. So I hope for the best for him. Anyway, let's move on from that. God, there's only like I only want to go for like another 20 minutes or so, and okay, let's just forget the Avengers thing. We're not gonna do that. Let's just do really quickly this. I heard about this literally today, like literally while I was at work, over the span of like 2 hours. I saw like 4 videos about this topic pop up, including these two. So like, let's just go through them real quickly.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going full weeaboo because we're talking about the mistranslations in Yunyun that have caused quite a stir on social media. As someone who's studied Japanese for over 5 years, I feel like I have a decent opinion here when it comes to, you know, translating. Not gonna say
So I just realized, like, this version of the game, he has it set to yen. I know for a fact that Technicos lives in like Texas, so I guess he just set his like VPN to like Japan or something. I don't know how he did that.
I do understand a good amount of Japanese. It's called Yunyun Syndrome Rhythm Psychosis. Just like it sounds, it's a rhythm.
Allegedly, they gave things got worse. Apparently, there's a memorial website with a grave on it. How they got the info on grave on that website. People were making comments about his grave forum, calling him the brother of a PDF. That's what I heard. That jeez, these fucking people are fucking monsters. They're all
rhythm game. It's about a
terrible fucking assholes. Again, just fucking lying.
Seeing this demon girl.
And oftentimes, if you just like tell like a severe enough lie, people will just like believe it. Again, that's why like words like people are not like falling for it as much anymore. But like if you tell someone verbatim, like with enough like conviction, like, oh, that person, he's a Nazi. Oh, her, she's a pedophile. Like they're not gonna challenge you on that because it's such a terrible fucking lie. They'll think like, well, it has to be true because like why would anyone lie about that? It's just so God, words have lost all meaning.
Trying to take over, destroy the world or whatever by playing a rhythm game. That's not important. What's important is the translations for the game. The official.
But yeah, apparently this game got like really poorly translated. It's gotten to the point. It's gone viral. Like it's all over Twitter. It's over all the YouTube comments. It's in the forums on Steam for the game. Everyone's talking about like how badly translated this game is. Officially, apparently the developer has come out and like openly stated like, yes, it's really really bad and we are going to try to fix it. We're working on it right now. They've already done like they're gonna roll out patches over time, but they've already rolled out like at least like the first 1 or 2 patches to try to fix the translation. And
posted a statement from
overall it just looks fucking terrible. It's just like it's literally localizers are added again. Oh my, I fucking hate. You guys know how I feel about localizers and how I just so fed up with their bullshit.
And on this title was very fast.
But just to give you like a taste of like some of those changes they added to the thing. They translated things from like Australian English to boomer speech alert to. Let me see if I can have some more. Okay, so like here's this is what the original Japanese text is. This is like a more accurate translation. This is what it was in the original English translation, the official English translation of the game originally. Like, holy shit balls, don't perceive me. They were actually just saying, you're watching me, aren't you? Other things like, and this was like the worst ones. Apparently this one translates to like just, it's just Yamato, or no. Yameto, which literally just means like somebody stop this in like Japanese. Yameto is like literally just stop, but like I guess you can like flourish it a little bit with like somebody stop this. And for some reason, the localizers decided it should say end fascism. And then there was another one here that was like, where is this other one? No, I want the really stupid one. Where is it? There was another one about fascism. There was surprisingly a lot about fascism for some reason. Oh my god, where is it? Wait, let's go to the game profile page. We can just look it up. What's it called? Union something? Also, thank you for the heads up for that info, by the way, Tio, I appreciate it. Union. Okay, let's go to the forum page. I imagine it's very popular topic right now. Alright, let's go to the community page. Where was the community page again? Oh, it's a demo. Sweet. I might play it. Let's try it out. It actually looks pretty cute, all things considered. There it is. Give me a hug. Alright, look at the patch notes. Oh my god, why is it so fucking tiny? Okay, can I like make this a little bit bigger? Is it because like there's so much content? Okay, here it is. Can I control F this? I can, okay. No, I can't do it on this little thing here. MasterCard, Visa, their payment process, I don't give a shit what their morals are. Stop censoring my shit. Process the pay like I'm paying you to do. Demolition day, maybe someday. I mean, I had to like gather up. Also, I'm burping. Sorry, I had to gather up like a lot more demos. But this isn't a payment processor censoring. This is a game that the localizers they didn't really censor it. They just took creative liberties. Really, really fucking bad creative liberties. Oh my god, some of these are so bad. Let's let's just pick some at random. The old one was end fascism, where it should have been like somebody stop this, or heartless motherfuckers, irredeemable, now I'm hungry, automata. Okay, white knight. It should have been like Rogo Low, Super Hacker Alert. Like, my god. Some of the lines that they picked, that the localizers chose, what are some of the most... What is that called? What is that meme called? Low chunk... No. Quirk Chungus. It's like some of the most Quirk Chungus writing that I've ever seen. Like, all y'all heartless or something. Yun Yun is... no, that one's fine. Wait, that's illegal. Are they crackheads? There was like one about a uterus, which was very interesting. Let me see if I can find that one. Yeah, I'd cut my uterus out if I could. What the fuck? What did they? How did they get that from the Japanese? Okay, here's the fucking thing. As I was like looking at this, I was looking at the game. And the character, okay, that's actually a perfect still. Hold on, go back. So I'm pretty sure this is the main girl. Yeah, that's the main girl. It's like a Dragon Main patriarchy translation, kinda. It's more that like they're shoving in their political ideas. Well, I guess that was the patriarchy was. And I guess I don't know if there was like any censorship, but it was mostly just like shoving in their activist ideals into the game, where they didn't fucking need it. Like the game is not about that. The game is about like a shut-in girl who is like kind of waking up to like demonic powers and things like that. She's a weirdo, and I think that's why they felt the need to make lines like this. I cut out my uterus and things if I could. Out of here 5,000. Like all these like again like Quirk Chungus lines. And what I'm kind of thinking happened is that these localizers, who probably look something like this, they saw this character and they're like, oh my gosh, she's literally me. Because like these people are also shut-in weirdos who hate their life, who hate interacting with normal people, and think they're so quirky and fun and weird. And they saw this character and they're like, oh my, and they thought, and they immediately related to her, but they didn't relate to her enough. Because here's the thing. Japanese and American shut-ins are not the fucking same. A Japanese shut-in is usually relatively quiet and relatively normal in comparison to like an American shut-in weirdo. A Japanese shut-in would actually function probably relatively well in American society amongst like normal people, because like compared to like the American shut-in, she's sane, she's normal. The people who did these localizations, they're not sane and normal. They're fucking out. They fucking lost it. Again, I quote the where is it? Where's that best fucking line?
Iranai.
Yeah, to quote that, I'd cut my uterus out if I could. You're not the same. You're not like this girl. She's normal in comparison to you. So stop pretending that you have anything to relate to her. And I think that's the thing. They realize that they have nothing to relate to with her, so they decide to make her even weirder than she actually is. To make her more like themselves. Because again, like that's what a lot of localizers do. It's a game of like, how can I make this my story? Make this about me. And turn this into like someone else's property and basically plagiarize it so that I can make my own basically I can turn this into my own writing project and yada yada yada. Because like that's what localizers are. They just bastardize. Okay, I'm gonna be a little fair. They're not all like that, but like an uncomfortable amount of them are. They're like, I've heard the line said that like localizers are just failed writers. They couldn't succeed at writing their own novels. Nobody cared about their novels or the scripts that they were writing for like TV shows or yada yada. So instead they became localizers and decided to bastardize works from other countries and so that they can tell their stories in someone else's work. And then they'll condescend you and tell you like, you don't understand what localization is. Like, it's a lot of work. It's not just translating, but it should be. It should be just translating. And like, I've already gone through this again. Like, this is like the 17th time that I've talked about bad localizations on the channel and in the weekly debriefs and how it really should just be translations. Like, literally every other text, everything else gets just a translation. But for some reason, Japanese products, they get a localization. Why is that? Why is that the fucking case? And I is it like a deep-seated racism or something from like these lefties who just hate Japanese culture? Because like it's that weird pedo island that they hate. I don't know. Or again, maybe it's just that fucking nihilism, not nihilism, narcissism, that they want to tell their stories, but they couldn't find any other way to do it, so they have to do it in somebody else's story because it doesn't fit the narrative they want to push. I mean, that's also true. So it's like, it's always more complex, right? It's a lot of little things being put together. But the point is, like, it just keeps fucking happening. And this is like, a lot of people are saying like, this is the worst localization yet, the worst bad one yet. And like, let's go into like the actual culprits. Apparently it's a company called Dragon Baby. And both Technicals and Hirohai made this really good like assumption, like it's always a baby. Why is it always a baby in the company's name? First it was like Sweet Baby Inc., then it became Hero Babies or something like that, and now it's Dragon Baby. It's always like these DEI focused companies who want to like ruin someone else's property. They always default to baby for some weird asinine reason I don't understand. Anyway, it's interesting to point them out because this guy Sam Burden is very interesting. Now I'm just gonna tell you like the cliff notes because Hirohai goes into better history about him. They both do a little bit. But Sam Burton was actually a pretty prominent localizer back in like the 90s and early 2000s. And like so prominent, in fact, he actually worked with Konami, and he actually worked directly with Kojima, working with Metal Gear Solid. And he's often the I think he's the guy who often says like he's the person that made Metal Gear Solid funny or made it famous or something like that. I forgot the exact term, because he's the one who came up with all those weird phrases that Snake and the rest of the cast say, and yada yada yada. Which, to be fair, are kind of funny. But here's the thing. And let's go back to this to the community hub real quick and look at some of these things, because some of them are kind of sort of funny, and I can kind of believe a girl like this would say. I remember seeing like one that was already kind of okay. Oh my god, these are... I know I liked some of these, but I'm just reading them and it's like, oh my god, these are all so bad. They're all so fucking annoying. Smash that follow button, Mr. Revolt wannabe. Oh my god. Raffle cringe. Like, some of these lines, okay, like the Raffle cringe, like that's an easy one. Like, that was okay. Like, and the reason why I say that's okay is because like it's something I can kind of believe that this character would say, because again, she is a fucking neat weirdo. So some of these lines do make sense. However, I don't care. I don't care if it makes sense. I don't care if like sometimes every now and then you can like pull a little bit of a gem out of like these localizations. You know why? You know why it doesn't matter? Because it's not theirs. It's not their work. Their job is to localize it. It should be to translate it for a new population. But it's not theirs. They're not supposed to take creative liberties. They shouldn't take creative liberties because it's not theirs. It's not their IP. It's not their idea. It's not their characters. It's not their story. It's not their game. It's not their movie. Whatever. It doesn't belong to them. Just because, let's pretend that I wrote a story and my friend comes in and they come up with this line and they change it, and actually everyone in the room says like, you know what, that's better, that sounds better, that makes it sound cooler, and yada yada. It doesn't matter because it's my story. Even if they did something, even if they improved it, if I don't want that change, that's my prerogative because it's my story. Oh my god, give me a second. They got a call. Alright, sorry about that. Apparently somebody wrecked my dad's car. My dad's fine, by the way, just so you know. So my mom has to go pick him up, and so did I turn the music off? Oh, I just restarted. But yeah, so hopefully we're fine. Also, the car is a just so you know, the car was a company car, so we're probably not gonna have to pay for it or anything like that. So that's the good news. But that's what my mom was calling me about. But don't worry, my dad's fine. Hopefully this won't be something that we have to repair because it wasn't my dad's fault. Apparently the car got hit while he was like in the store or something like that. Because I think he was like shopping for something. So it's not his fault. We shouldn't have to pay for it, and he's fine. So everything's good. But yeah, this is what my mom was calling me about. Anyway, what were you guys saying? Probably for optics, evil right, wing chuds are attacking sweet babying. This all started when Yeah, maybe it is a baby thing. Like, oh, it's a cute little baby. You can't hurt it. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't really come to a conclusion about it. So I started when people thought the Ghost Stories dub was okay. The Ghost Stories dub? I think I know what you're talking about, but I might need a reminder if you can send me that. You're okay. Also, gone. I'm getting distracted by something on the screen. Don't worry about it. the beach ball is pink. Yeah, I love the beach ball. It's so cute. Look at it. I love the colors on it. The pink and purple and white. So good. Anyway, motherfucking jabroni. Oh my god, it's so bad. But yeah, the point is, like, that's where the fucking argument ends, right? Or at least that's where it should end. This isn't your product. It doesn't belong to you. It's not your IP. You don't own it. So why are so many people defensive of these people and letting them just go hog wild and like bastardize something that doesn't belong to them? Like, to use this example, the Union Syndrome example, apparently the dev described the characters in his story as like his babies. Like, he loves them and he loves the story. This project is his baby. He literally called it that. Why would you want to take that away from him? Unless like you were an absolute fucking narcissist who thinks they can do better. And that's really what it comes down to, right? Because they are narcissists that do think that they can do better. And it's just so I don't know. I've had arguments with people who are who defend localizations. I think I've talked about it before, and it's really just like, it's really just them like saying like, oh, it's more complicated than that. Oh, English audiences wouldn't understand. Well, first of all, my argument is that, well, they should do their best to make it as accurate as possible. Maybe they have to change in that 1 out of like 1,000% chance, like in that 1% chance that they have to change something because otherwise it's completely understandable. Fine, maybe they have to change it. And if it's something like a cultural reference, because apparently this game has a lot of cultural references, like references to Japan, I always answer that like, and they say like, oh, they wouldn't understand it because it's a Japanese thing, and I'd be like, so take it as an opportunity to learn about the culture of Japan. Why is it like, yeah, they might not get it, but then they might think, oh, maybe I should look it up and see like, oh, it's this meme from online and Japanese forum boards. And actually, that's kind of funny, now that I get it. Take it as a cultural learning opportunity. And then we're fine. And I think I gave the example, like, I've given this example before, like how a lot of fan translations, they often have, like, little asterisks next to a line, like oh, that line doesn't really make sense. But if you read, like, the asterisks attached to it, it's like, oh, this is a reference to this joke. And then when you, like, hear the joke, it's like, oh, I get it now. And then suddenly, okay, that's actually kind of funny. Or like, oh, that makes sense, and that makes sense in context now. Why they put all the effort into changing this, like, again, making the motherfucking jabroni instead of like loser. But they can't put the effort to, like, you know, give context to a joke or a reference or anything like that. Why? I imagine that'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it? So it's definitely not a case of like, oh, I'm asking for more work from the localizers. No. They love the work. They fucking love it. The problem is where they're putting the work into, which is bastardizing something that isn't theirs. And anyway, going back to this guy, Jace Barron or whatever his name was, and how they're the head of this fucking the head of this fucking thing, which is also interesting. Like, on their site, they call all the developers they worked with, oh, they worked with fucking app. Did they? I bet they translated Persona 3 Reload. I bet they're gonna translate Persona 4, the Persona 4 remake. We're not done yet. There's still work to be done regarding these people. We need to kick them out of the fucking community. Because, and like, again, I will disagree with Technicals here, because he was saying like, oh, like they don't deserve to get, like, you know, fired or be like blacklisted or anything. They just need to like stop with their fucking they just need to stop with their activism. Do you really think they're gonna stop? Do you really fucking think they would? No, they won't. This is their whole fucking MO. To use your fucking to use his detective lingo. All like for each of these studios, I can think of 1 or 2 games that they probably were involved with. And once you see the evidence, because like that's his whole thing, he's technical, he's the evidence guy, he's the detective. Once you see that evidence of all the translations pile on top of one after another, and it just keeps going higher and higher until you have like a gigantic stack of folders on your desk, I think then it really puts into perspective like maybe these people don't deserve a second chance. Because they're not on their second chance. They're on their like 500th. And this is just the time that they got caught. This game is just like the one that they really got caught on. Because I've heard of Sweet Dragon Baby before. But I've only like heard about them like maybe like, you know, 3-4 times. Brought up like over the past couple of years. That's a lot of fucking companies. So you think that they've only done this like 4 or 5 times before? No, they definitely have not. This is just the 5th time, and this is the time they got caught. If we were actually like really dig in and go into like all the games they went into and like actually like put some scrutiny to like their translations, I imagine each one of these companies would be showing that it's really extensive, the amount of bullshit they put into the titles they work on. So no, I don't think they deserve a second chance. I think Technicals is being way too lenient with these people. I say, fuck them, fire them. I hope they don't forget the fries. Anyway, I'm very upset. I'm very upset right now. Anyway, also I love how like they call like their clients the sacrifices. That really just kind of shows their mentality of like, oh, we're gonna get in on them. We're gonna fuck up their shit. We're gonna mold them into our image. And again, these are just the ones that he looks at.
But which they refer to as sacrifice.
It's just like their whole mentality of all this. He's being civil to the uncivilized. Yep. Look, I am very jaded, and I want to be a little lenient. But like I said, if you actually look into this, there's probably a mountain of evidence as to like all the sacrifices that they've done. And once you see that pile, I think he would be a little less willing to be nice to them. But, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm being too hopeful. Anyway, going back to this guy, where the fuck is this dude? The head programmer or whatever of the studio. Where the hell's his name? It was Jacob something, right? Let me see. God damn it. Here we go. Sam Burden. Yeah, he was like apparently a translator during like the 90s and 2000s. He actually worked with Konami and Kojima. But here's the thing, Kojima hated this guy because he said he went way too fucking far in creative liberties and just like put him out on his ass. He did basically get blacklisted for the better part of like 20 years because it's only now that this Dragon Baby company that he's the head of is now coming around. Like I don't know when Dragon Baby when was Dragon Baby founded? Founded date. I was right, around 2020. Co-founded by the dubiously reputable Sam Burden. So yeah, so for basically 2 decades, he was essentially blacklisted. Well, guess what? Blacklisted from Japan. Well, guess what? He's back, baby.
Sacrifice it.
He's working with Atlas. He's working with Sega. He's working with Capcom. Like all the big Japanese names. He's working with them again. and I guess they just forgot, and they didn't learn, because now he's in their midst again, and he's doing what he wants. And like, allow me to put on my tinfoil hat here, but like, I think he's bitter. I think he's actively bitter, because like, again, he got fired, he got blacklisted. Again, for the better part of 20 years, he wasn't doing anything. He kind of just dropped off the map, and now he's back in it, in good old 2026, in current year. And I imagine he's ready to like tear up whatever he can. Like, how dare those filthy fucking words I can't say, but you can think of whatever slurs that he might use against the Japanese. How dare they look down upon him and his glorious work. So now he's gonna go in and ruin them, as many as he can. I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, so God, it's like Kojima himself didn't like him, and Kojima's like a sweet guy, so it's just really telling about what's this. I'm gonna go fight. I'm back. Oh, good sir, are you okay? Hope you're all right. Only halfway through the ship. It's gonna be long. I'm sorry, good sir. Well, thank you for hanging out and sticking with us. And I hope you didn't get hurt or anything, and I hope it didn't go too badly. I'm really worried that like one of these days you're gonna find out like you were like in a, I don't know, like a hostage takeover or something. You know, stay safe. That's all I can say. Anyway, but yeah, this company's trash, and also like the reactions to this is also just like fucking telling. Most people are calling it out like for what it is, was like, you know, bad localizers. Like, we need to stop like encouraging this, but a lot of them are saying shit like this. Notice that's mainly racist and homophobic people complaining about the translation. I think it's whatever, but very interesting. Blah blah. You know, the usual. This feels manufactured to entertain online Nazis. The evidence is right there in front of them. We literally went through all of it. It's right fucking there. This is a long ass post. And this is just the first patch, by the way. Keep in mind, this is an ongoing project. Like, they're not even done with this. Like, they're gonna have to go through the entire game to scrub it clean, which is gonna take time and money, by the way. And the game just came out. I hope they got good. Go buy this game, guys, because like they need the support now. It's on sale too, only like $15. But like the evidence is right there, and then like it's manufactured for the sake of the Nazis. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this person retarded? Don't answer that, because yes they are. And then remember that line? There was a line here of that stop fascism line. Yeah, end fascism line. And they're thinking, oh, they want to get rid of that because they're just fucking Nazis. Never mind the fact that the game is not political, has nothing to do with fascism or World War II or anything like that. It's literally just a rhythm game about a shut-in girl who talks to demons. But oh, they just want to get rid of the fascism line because they are fascists. This is so the fucking mental, the level, the IQ levels on these sort of people. It's just astonishing. How do you reach such levels of retardation? I can't comprehend. My face has been hit, so I got to use my stun baton. I mean, I hope your face is okay. I hope you had fun? Question mark. But I hope you're okay, good sir. And I don't know. I don't know if I should say I hope you didn't hit him too hard, but I mean, I don't know. You're the officer here. I leave the decision makings to you. I defer to you on, you know, the appropriate levels of force that you expel. Anyway, but yeah, that's basically it regarding this stupid fucking translation. Go buy the game if you're partial to rhythm games, because it looks really cute, honestly. Oh fuck, I don't know. Wait, hold on, let me check something. Oh wait, yeah, I literally only have the one account. What am I talking about? But yeah, go get the game if you're like partial to these kind of stuff. Like I would probably get it because, but like I said, I'm very stingy with my money. But if you are into these kind of games, like give it a shot. I think you might enjoy it. It looks really cute, and I think they need the extra cash flow because again, they had to. They wasted money on these shitheads, the Dragon Baby company, this piece of shit company, and we don't know if they're gonna be able to get like a full refund or maybe just a partial refund, or they might just tell them like fuck off, we're keeping everything. Who knows? We'll see. But at this rate, they're gonna need money to like recoup those losses because they basically wasted all their money on these stupid fucktards. So hopefully they can recoup that back with the game sales and such and such. But yeah, that's basically it regarding that. All right, lightning round because like we're already almost to like 2.5 hours. Okay. The war bond. So basically there is a new war bond for the God, there's so much to talk about. There's a new war bond regarding the mechs, and basically Dick Filet and Wise Guy Vito were going over how basically going on how like this kind of is basically killing yeah, the Glazers are like out in force. This basically is killing the possibility of like mech customization, which is just really fucking unfortunate. And again, and like they're claiming like, oh, you just don't want to buy the fucking thing, you just want free updates. Like, and I say this as a person who no life grinds this game. I can buy this patch and then some. Money is not the issue. The problem is the principle. The problem is that whenever there's a new update, that's when whenever there's a new war bond, whenever there's money at stake, that's when Arrowhead suddenly starts caring. That's when they start thinking about, huh, maybe we should update that thing that we're adding to the war bond. Maybe we should like patch it so that it's actually useful. And then that will encourage people to buy it. So I guess it is about the money, but it's not from the players. It's from the developers. It is about the money for them. At least like that's the message that we're getting. And then again, like the fact that they're making them individual mechs rather than like just giving us the customizations thing, because like both Dick Filet, Vito, Commissar Kai, even Kai, the fucking I like Kai, but he is a little bit of a glazer, unfortunately. He's a little bit of a glazer, but even he agrees that the majority of the community wants mech customization. What they should do is delay the war bond, remove the mechs from the war bond, and change the passive from something different that's more appropriate for mechs, and maybe give like 2 other things, like maybe, I don't know, they have a bunch of stuff in the pipeline. Just throw in like a grenade or something, or I don't know, I'm not gonna say that they have to make a new stratagem, but they could give us that repair stratagem that was available in the first game. I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a model rolling around in their basement somewhere that they could use. Everyone loves the war bond. It's super cool. Good sir. No, you're wrong. That was a trolling. No trolling right now. But the mechs suck. Why do you care? Why do you care that they're adding them to the war bond? Yeah, it's so. It's literally just the circular thinking. Like, oh, you care? Well, why do you care? Because like they suck. Like you only want it for money because like you cannot you don't blah, 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 blah. You only what the fuck was it saying? You only care about the money, so why even bother? Why do you even talk about it? And yada yada. It's literally just the usual like appeal to irrelevancy and circular argument. Like that's what you're talking about, TOA. Circular argument. It's just insane. Fucking Glaze Divers is so bad. They did confirm there's like a little bit of an update that's not in these videos. They did confirm that they are updating the tanks, I mean the mechs, excuse me, which of course they are. Because again, like we said, the mechs have been people have been complaining about the mechs for months, if not over a year now. But now that there's a mech warbond, now it's time to fix them. Now it's time to make them good. Now we care because there's a money incentive. Because again, it is about the money for Arrowhead. But anyway, yeah, this is I've said it before, like on other streams, that like I am very kind of doomer pilled right now regarding Helldivers right now. I don't want this warbond. I can afford it. Like, I can buy it with super credits that I've grind up. I have like over 5,000 super credits saved up. I could get this and be none the wiser. It doesn't matter to me. But I don't want it. And I don't want to get it because it kind of sets it feels like I'm kind of like encouraging this behavior, and I don't want to. So like, I haven't touched the game in like over a month now. And I probably won't. And I probably will continue not to touch it. Like, I don't want to play. I don't want to play Helldivers anymore. And that's really sad to say, because like, besides like the Arrowhead's like fucking asinine approach to like game design, I love this game, but it's just they're so fucking pig-headed. They're like, oh, tell us what you want, but we're only gonna listen to the Glazers, and it's just like, they don't actually care. At least they're not showing that they do, or they're listening to the wrong people. It's just insane what's going on. My face is okay. It was an ear blow, so my ear hurts, but other than that, I'm fine. There was 3 of us in the local share, just drunk wedding guests. I guess sit in the office for the rest of the night. I mean, that's good at least. I hope your ear's okay. Sounds like it wasn't too bad. That's good at least. But nice, you get to just hang out with us for the rest of the night. Sweet. Yeah, basically selling fixes to the game, essentially, yeah. Like, oh, do you want like the new and improved mechs? Wow. Holds out money, please. And like, I also understand this for like I don't play, like, I can afford like all the war bonds for free because I know life super credit farm, but like most people don't do that. Like my friend Rao, I was talking to like my quote-unquote date last night. My friend Rao, he plays this game, he hates Helldivers because like all he sees is page after page after page of like content that he can't grind up and doesn't have the time to grind up for, or he doesn't have time to grind up for, he doesn't have the money to buy. He just sees the wall in front of him, like all this cool shit that he can't touch because he doesn't have the time or the money to get into any of this. Like, he works his ass off like 6 days out of the week, and so he doesn't have the time for it, and he has to save that money because he has like a shit job, and he has to take care of his mom and yada yada yada. So like, I feel for players like him because like that's all they see. They just see a wall of content that's inaccessible to them, and it's just fucking bullshit. Like, the Warbond approach is broken at this point. Like, it's not working anymore, guys. Like, they need to make a better way of getting super credits, or they need to just make Warbonds like what, like $5, like cut the price in half at the very least, like, because it's not working anymore. And stop hiding like good stuff, progression behind a paywall. It's just not working anymore. Overall, it's just broken. So yeah, Helldivers is just like bumming me out lately. Like, I don't want to play anymore, and I probably won't. I'm not gonna cover this. This is gonna be the first Warbond that I don't want to cover, and we're not gonna cover it. It comes out next week. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna be playing NTE instead, because I'd rather play a gacha game than this shit. Because like, the gacha game feels like it's actually respecting my time and money more. Surprisingly, you know, the gacha game that, like, you know, they're kind of known for being predatory and like nickel and diming you and yada yada. Well, at least they don't have 50-50 pools in NTE. They already promised that. So yeah, anime waifus and husbandos next week, guys. No Helldivers, because I'm fed up. I'm done. We're not gonna touch Helldivers until something drastic changes, because I'm done highlighting. I don't want to highlight bad games. Like, that's always been my thing with like even before like I got like quote unquote political and started giving my hot takes and yada yada. I never wanted to highlight bad games. Helldivers is becoming a bad game. I'm only like I don't highlight them, but I will talk about when they're being bad and make fun of them, and that's what we're doing right now. So like, yeah. Anyway, however, I'm done. We're fucking done. There's grinding in his day. Shut the fuck up. God, don't let Raul hear you say that shit, because like he is aggressively straight. He doesn't appreciate that. Another mutiny, TOA? What the heck? I mean, I guess you're overdue for one. I guess that's fair. I work a lot, but a lot of it is office sitting waiting for something to happen. I'm allowed to game during it, so it's easy. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. I imagine like you were like on patrol when those drunken guests came in, but I don't know. Or maybe we were just like sitting there and they called you over like, hey, we need your help or something like that. But yeah. Really quickly, apparently there's gonna be a season 3 of Rings of Power, which I was so surprised by this because like Rings of Power is like universally hated. I don't think even like the usual bot media mainstream media even likes it. Like even they have to admit like, yeah, this isn't great. It costs a ton of fucking money, so I have no idea like why they're justifying it. I mean, I guess maybe they bought all, because apparently the plan was like 5 seasons, like, so maybe they bought all 5 seasons like at the very beginning, so like the money's already spent, so they have to just do it. I don't know. But yeah, there's gonna be a season 3, and I imagine everyone's gonna make fun of it. It's gonna have even worse numbers than the last. I imagine by the time the final season comes out, and apparently it's gonna be a long time because these seasons are coming out in like 2-year increments. This season is expected to be out by the end of this year in December. The next one is not expected until like 2027 at the very earliest in December. More likely 2028. But in 2030, when the 5th season comes out, I imagine it's gonna have like numbers comparable to Starfleet Academy. Who the fuck is watching this? Nobody is. That's the thing. So I don't understand. Like, I mean, it's fucking Amazon. They can absorb the cost. Maybe they're literally having their Joker moment, you know? Maybe they're literally having their Joker moment. Oh, maybe this is literally just Jeff Bezos right now. I don't know. This is literally Jeff Bezos over there in Amazon Studios. It's not about the money. And they have the money to burn. They can literally do this. This is their strategy regarding Rings of Power right now. But that's the only thing I can think of, because like they should have just cut their losses at this point. But whatever. There's a season 3. And finally, let's just go over. We got called it for it from the bartenders. Oh, okay. So you were just sitting around. All right. There's also a sequel series coming out. Oh, no. Okay, from what I understand, they did plan spin-offs, but the spin-offs as of right now are not confirmed. I think they are excuse me. I think they're I don't know if they're canceled, but they haven't started, and they're on shaky ground. Because like the whole point of Rings of Power was it was supposed to be the start of like a whole like Lord of the Rings ecosystem, essentially. They wanted this to become like the Star Wars, the next Star Wars, with like new books, new comic books, spin-off series, movies. They wanted the whole fucking shebang. But apparently all these spin-offs are basically, they're not canceled, but they're kind of in limbo right now, and it's looking like they're gonna be canceled. But they're committing to Rings of Power, of all things. Like they should have just cut their losses. They're literally having their Joker moment. Somebody put, is there like a meme art? Is there meme art of just Bezos and Joker makeup? Okay, well, I mean, yeah, there you go. There you go. He's literally having his Joker moment. Hope he's having fun. It's like AI art. Oh my god. Remaster, Spirit Game rises again. You mean the remaster that was like incredibly buggy and didn't run well, and like to this day, it came out like at the end of last year, right? It still isn't like in a playable state, even that remaster. Anyway,
All right, the Chris Avalon interview. This interview was done by T.
All right, I'm just gonna let this like play. Well, okay, actually, let's just go through this like really quickly. Chris Avalon, if you don't know who that is, let's let him do that. He was the area designer for Fallout 2. He designed New Reno, Vault City, like all these really awesome areas. He was also the senior designer for New Vegas, and he also
wrote the intro where the
what else did he also
3
do?
out of 4.
And he was also the lead designer for. I think he was also chief creative director officer at Obsidian. And he was the lead designer for Knights of the Old Republic 2. So yeah, so basically Chris Avalon is probably one of the most prolific RPG creators of the past, like, 30 years or so. This guy is kind of a fucking legend. Just saying. It was good, Copes. At least you admit it, good sir. Like, at least you're willing to admit it. Anyway, so, like, there was an interview with him and TK Mantis. This guy over here. Let's go back. Yeah, TK Mantis. Now, I have like a kind of love-hate relationship with TK Mantis because I appreciate his Fallout content, but he also, in my opinion, he was kind of leaning towards being a glazer. But he's kind of, I kind of respect him more now because he had this interview with Chris and he was very much in the Bethesda are kind of like, Bethesda are dropping the ball. They're fucking fumbling right now mentality, and like, which is true, they are. Modern Fallout isn't as good. The last good Fallout game was New Vegas. The vast majority of the community agrees with that state, and I think TK agrees with that. I think TK has coped a little bit in the past regarding like things like Fallout 4 and such, but as of right now, I think he's kind of just trying to, like, you know, I think he was just trying to be positive, but at the same time, like, he realizes that, yeah, the good years are gone. Anyway, so he's the one that did this interview, and I do appreciate him for it. So, perhaps I judged him too harshly. Maybe. Anyway, so, moving on.
Try and set up Van Buren for the end of New Vegas, and that's why all those nukes go off, because I'm like, well, I need to destabilize some regions. I mean, not.
That's actually really cool. If you don't know the end of New Vegas, he's talking about the end of Lodestone Road DLC, and one of the endings that you can do is basically send off a bunch of nukes to fuck up the entire region, and he was leaving the opportunity open so that he can continue. Basically, they wanted to continue the Van Buren story, which was the original Fallout 3, by the way, into a potential sequel to New Vegas. So, like, you know, the theoretical New Vegas 2. So even back then, this guy was like riding up a storm, trying to continue the story, and it's just like, and I just so like, oh my god, this is so cool, but at the same time, I'm just so frustrated, and I blue balled because this is never gonna happen. We're never gonna get this story.
Not wipe out factions, but I need to shake up both the Brotherhood. I need to shake up NCR. I need to have them even more at each other's throats in California.
By the way, this was a 3-hour interview. I do encourage you to go to TK Mantis's page and watch the full interview if you're entirely interested. I probably will eventually myself. This is just like the highlights that drawn out, picked out.
California. And so that was a reason for some of the precursor decisions for some of the
especially the ones that like that shit on Bethesda
stuff and some of the stuff in core New Vegas.
Okay.
When we still thought we'd be able to do a New Vegas 2 or whatever.
They thought they thought they might get a New Vegas 2. We almost had a New Vegas 2. Like even the lead designer thought there was gonna be a New Vegas 2. Life is pain, Becca. Anyway, just go on.
Whatever the title would be. But
you just saying New Vegas 2
that quickly evaporated.
There's a lot of hopium for
yeah.
something like that to happen.
It will not happen in the next 6 years.
I told them
if ever.
So those are some pretty spicy.
Yeah, so they had New Vegas 2. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna fast forward to like these highlights because like that's what he gives me like he gives me like PowerPoints that I can read off of, notes I can read off of. It's not gonna happen in apparently, like, Todd is of the opinion that that New Vegas is, or like the season 2 of Fallout is basically New Vegas 2, where like I would say most real fans don't even consider the Fallout TV series like canon. They're not canon in my opinion. And never will be. They never will be canon. Like, I'm okay with Fallout 4 being canon. I'm okay with like some of 76 being canon, but everything after the show, no, never. It's not real. It never happened. This is fan fiction from some weirdo 15-year-old kid. This is something like I might have wrote when I was like 15 years old. So no, we're not doing this. We almost had New Vegas 2, Half-Life 3, and Bloodborne. You enjoy hurting me, TOA? Does it feel good? Does it feel good to make me cry? Does the suffering of others give you entertainment? Sometimes. At least you're honest. With Mr. Apartment gone, there was no way for a New Vegas 2 to progress. No, like, the point of a New Vegas 2, it was basically gonna be the Van Buren story. And Van Buren didn't even have Mr. House. It would have had Joshua Graham, I think, and probably the Legion still. NCR still would have been a thing, Brotherhood would still have been a thing, but Mr. House was never part of the original Van Buren story. And that's what he basically admitted, that the OG Van Buren, which was, again, Van Buren was the original Fallout 3. Before Bethesda bought out Black Isle. That was the original Fallout 3, and that would have been the story of like a theoretical New Vegas 2, and that would have been so fucking cool, because like the story for Van Buren was actually pretty solid. Like, it started off with a flashback sequence, like to teach you the how to play the game, where you play as like a survivor trying to get into the vault. So yeah, so basically, you know the beginning of Fallout 4, where you start off in post-war and then you go into the vault? They stole that from fucking Obsidian, formerly Black Isle. That was their idea first. Van Buren, the story for Van Buren was written in like 1997, something like that. And then they took that idea and they brought it all and they reused it in 2015. There's not a single creative bone in. I forgot the name of the writer. Wait, let's look them up. Star. Oh fuck, what's the name of their? I keep forgetting the name of their shitty ass game. Starlink, Starfleet, Starfield. Starfield, thank you. Emil Pagliario, this fucker. Fucking stole it. He was the one and only writer for Fallout 4, Skyrim, and Starfield. Oh yeah, he's also really known for that keep it simple fucking thing, because players are so fucking stupid. All they care about is building shacks. They don't care about grand epic stories about heroism and the hero's journey, or like the want to do good, or political intrigue, the conflict between factions, and the future of civilization. No. They just want to build shacks because they're a bunch of fucking morons. I hate this man. I fucking hate this man. Anyway.
Said something like he sees each season of the show as an entry.
I love the Fallout show. Don't try and actually like it. Okay. You're entitled to that good shit. Okay, look. Like, I'll be honest. When I was watching, I refused to watch season 2. But when I watched season 1, I was actually like, I was kind of entertained. Like, if you turn your brain off and you kind of just treat the Fallout TV series as kind of like its own separate thing. We all like trash shows. Yeah, like if you just turn your brain off and just like, you know, just absorb it. Like, don't think about it critically. Yeah, it can be kind of fun. There's like fun moments. Like it's a little funny sometimes. The action can even be kind of decent. But if you're like me and you're a big fan and worse, I'm not just a big fan. I'm a fucking autistic fuck. If you're an autistic fuck who overanalyzes everything, then it gets really, really, really upsetting very, very quickly. So if you like the show, I don't blame you, because like I even like the show like for the first like couple of episodes, but then I started thinking about it, and then I started getting angry. So if you're like an outside fan, or you didn't play like the because like it doesn't sound like you guys ever played like New Vegas or anything prior, you only know like 4 and later. If you don't have any like prior knowledge, then yeah, I can see why you can like the show. Or if you're like somebody who doesn't know anything about Fallout, I can see why you like the show. But if you're somebody who does know about Fallout, and again, if you're somebody like me who overanalyzes everything, then you're not gonna be happy. But yeah, I'm just trying to explain, like, you can like whatever you want. I'm just a fucking weirdo. It had like fun and like new stuff that can't even compare to the old stuff. Yeah, exactly. I played all New Vegas 3, 4, 76, the best one. God. I mean, New Vegas is the best one. 3 is a really good game. I love 3. I still think it's a really, really good game. It's not as good as New Vegas, but I don't think it's as bad as some people say. But 4 and 76 though. 4 is a good modding platform, and 76 is just canvas bags. I never played Fallout. Again, just get New Vegas. You can get it for like $5 on sale. Actually, let me look at it right now. Let me see what the sale price is right now. It's $10. Okay, so the Ultimate Edition is actually $20, but that's still way worth it in my opinion. And again, if you wait for a sale, you can get the Ultimate Edition for like $5 or less. I've seen this go as low as like yeah, I've seen this go as low as like $2 to $5. So like for the Ultimate Edition, which is all the DLC, and I 100% recommend it. Just get it. It's worth it. I was like building my own like fortified shacks. Emilio Pagliario really likes players like you, good sir. Oh my god. I mean, like, it's fine if you like creative builders, if you like games where you get to like make your own settlements, or like, you know, similar kind of games where you do the building. That's fine. Like, everyone has their specific kind of like games that they enjoy. Like people love like 4X games. People love city builders and things like that. Like there's a place for that, but Fallout was never that. The commanders believe just a little bit. Just a little bit. You deserve your lumps too. Like there's a place for that, but Fallout was never that. Fallout was about political conflict. Fallout was about philosophical ideals challenged in a post-nuclear wasteland. It's about story and a sandbox where you can explore these ideas in whatever way you want to do it. It's not a city builder. At least it wasn't supposed to be a city builder. That's one of the reasons why I dislike Fallout 4 so much, because like the settlement system is very good. Like I acknowledge it as a system. It is very fleshed out and very Sally points at my best boy sticker. You're good. You're the best boy, good sir. We appreciate you. Sure, yeah. Like I will acknowledge that the settlement system is actually very good, but when I hate it because it detracts from everything that Fallout is supposed to be for me, because Fallout was primarily supposed to be an RPG sandbox to play around with, not a city builder. And the city builder part was like prioritized to make everything else worse. Because like Bethesda made a pretty solid story with Fallout 3. Like Fallout 3 was a really good story. So was Skyrim. So was Oblivion. They could make good stories, but they sacrificed it for the settlement system in Fallout 4. And that's why I don't like it as much. And I never touched settlement system. Like I think like maybe like the first like year or two of Fallout 4, like I tried it, but I've never touched it since. Like, I probably haven't touched the settlement system in like nearly a decade. The game is like is already over a decade old. I haven't touched the settlement system in a very, very long time, and I don't want to because it's not for me. I don't play city builders and such and such. In fact, people dislike people dislike the settlement system so much. They literally made a mod so that it can be streamlined and you don't have to do anything. You just put down a plant or like a lot, and then the settlers do it themselves. They make the city themselves. This whole mod is designed to just make it so that you don't have to do anything. The game the settlements run themselves and you don't have to like micromanage everything. And I get it. Some people love that. They love micromanaging and doing all that nonsense. But over 1.5 million people don't. This is one of the most popular mods on Fallout 4 Nexus, by the way. And then they made a sequel to it, by the way, too. Since Settlements 2. By the way, Settlement 2 is actually really good because it doesn't just add the settlement system, like the streamlined settlement system, but they also give you a bunch of like it also has like a really in-depth story to it as well on top of everything. So it's actually a really good story mod, which is better written than the Fallout 4 story. Makes the game less tedious and gives you good story to boot. Bethesda would never. Anyway, but yeah, this is like again, if you like it, power to you, but a lot of people don't. And that's why there's mods to bypass it. Anyway.
For me, I view a season of the show as a Fallout entry.
But to be fair, like they'd already spent so much money on New Vegas, according to them at the time. And the reason.
All right, so like this next point.
Fundamentally, it would be in 4.
So basically, he's kind of dispelling like the possibility of there being a Bethesda or like a Fallout remaster or a New Vegas remaster, because apparently they don't have access to the source code because they didn't fulfill the person that they offered the source code literally said no to them. I think they offered him like 10 grand and he said no, and then it's like somewhere, it's in some hard drive somewhere in like, I don't know where ZeniMax is at this point.
Just thinks
it's better from scratch. It wouldn't be a remaster then. It would be an entire remake. They would have to rebuild it from the ground up. Do they want to bother? That's the thing. Because the whole point of the whole reason they would want to do a New Vegas remaster is because they want to. It would sell. You're not wrong, Tio. You're not wrong. But that's the thing. Like, they want a quick and easy buck. The Oblivion remaster was a massively successful, quick and easy buck. They basically made it for pennies because they barely did anything to it. They just basically shoved it into the Unreal Engine, bugs and all, and changed they tweaked a few things in there, ruined some of the models, but overall, it was basically it was a massively easy. I think I imagine the Oblivion remaster was done and dusted within a year, like easy. And they made millions upon millions off of it. This would actually require effort. I don't think Bethesda has it in them to put in effort. And that's the big issue, isn't it? So yeah, they let so basically the guy Chris is like he's kind of dispelling rumors of a potential New Vegas remaster, or at least like it's in his opinion that it's not gonna happen. Could it still happen? Yes, obviously. Like maybe they do have the source code somewhere and he just not aware of it. Maybe they might do what you're saying, Tio, and they might do like a complete remake. Who knows? But the chances of it happening have just like kind of like gone way down. Like if it was like a 60% chance or before, it's probably dropped down to like a 40 at least. Just saying. It's just gone down in probability. Oh
yeah, yeah.
That's dire.
Yeah.
They may have aspects of the code, but everyone that I talked to after that period of time said they had no idea how to reassemble it.
No, 60. Shut up.
You're
awful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's dire.
Yeah, that's dire, all right. If Fergus withheld the source code because he felt cheated out of some money, is he referring to the bonus meme? Famously, New Vegas got an 84 on
Yeah, everyone knows about this. How like New Vegas was supposed to get an 85 if they wanted. Like, they were promised a bonus. Some people say it was like the bonus was theoretically maybe like an additional $1 million to like all the staff members. If they got at least an 85% on Metacritic, but they only hit an 84, like literally just 1 point less. And a lot of people will like kind of like meme and say like, oh, it was an agreement, it was just a bonus. They didn't take it that personally. Like, this kind of lends credence to like maybe they did take it personally. And Bethesda really did do them dirty by not giving them that bonus just because they missed 1 point later. Also, Drawn makes a really good point that apparently I don't know if he like shows it here.
Metacritic when they needed an 85 for their bonus. Is the bonus the money and Metacritic the method in which he feels cheated? It's the only thing I can really think of. I don't really know how much this bonus was supposed to be, but I have heard.
But yeah, like if this is the reason why that Bethesda lost the source code, because like Ferguson just refused to give them it because of the 84, 85 bonus meme. That's pretty fucking telling and dire. Like
that
this,
it was
like
a $1 million bonus. Now I know what you might be thinking. If Mike this
that they could.
Yeah, he's like dispelling the myth that like just because Microsoft owns both Obsidian and Bethesda now, like oh they have to work together and like all that information has to be shared. Not necessarily. There still might be a lot of bad. Like he's kind of talking about there is kind of some bad blood regarding between Bethesda and Obsidian, so it's still there basically, and they're not. Just because they're owned by the same company doesn't mean that they're cooperating with each other. They're not being all buddy-buddy. But yeah, moving forward.
Industry for 30 plus years. He's been their average.
And yeah, like he's basically like saying like because this is Chris Avalon, like he's an actually credible person. Like he is the guy. If this was like a random person, then yeah, this might be like this is all like hearsay and rumor. Like there's nothing to back this up. But Chris Avalon saying it though. Maybe the politics really were that bad in the office.
Guy. And then I have more thoughts on this.
Yeah, that's why I recommend go watching the interview, because he talks a lot about like the internal politics between Bethesda and Obsidian and how they got in trouble for like legal things, because apparently they got in trouble regarding the Rorschach test at the very beginning of New Vegas, because apparently that's copyrighted of all things. And there was like issues with the PS3 release of the game, and saying because like the PS3 of New Vegas is dog shit. That was the version I played. That was the first version of Fallout New Vegas that I played. I guess I got like a god roll or something, because like it for the most part worked really well, but everyone else who played that version, it was ass. It was the worst fucking version. It's the buggiest, most fucking broken ass version of the entire game ever. Because like PlayStation consoles ever since like the 2 and maybe the 1, no I think it was the 2, ever since like the PlayStation 2 are kind of like infamously difficult to work on. They just have like such unique hardware and coding, and like they're kind of like unicorns compared to like, you know, like a Microsoft Xbox or whatever. And so like they take a lot more work, and the Bethesda engine, the creation engine, is just also a piece of work. It is also a unicorn that's held together by duct tape and puppy wishes and all that. So when those two clash, it's not a good mix, and that's why well, Bethesda games in general have always been incredibly poorly received on PlayStation hardware. It happened with New Vegas on PS3. It happened with Skyrim. It happened with Fallout 3. It's happening right now with Starfield on PlayStation 5. There still are issues with Starfield on PlayStation 5. Like, to this day. It's just... Bethesda just doesn't know how to fucking code.
Buddy. And how...
But yeah, there's more stuff about all that. But yeah, basically, the big takeaway from this entire interview was really, like, the New Vegas remaster not very likely being not a possibility. But, like, the rest of the interview is basically, it's, like, talking about the internal drama and politics between, Bethesda and Obsidian while Avalon was there. Yeah, Bethesda were a bunch of fucking assholes. Like they were truly, like, absolutely corporate. Like when Avalon was there, Obsidian was truly a studio of, like, passionate gamers who wanted to make games that were fun. Like, they actually were legitimately in on this because they wanted to make games that they wanted to play. You know, kind of similar to the Bungie model, the old Bungie model. We make games we want to play. That's what they were about when Avalon was still there. Now they're like a woke mind virus infected area, but back in the day, around the New Vegas games, they were a legitimately good studio. Same studio, not same people. Yeah, exactly. But while he was there, while they were working with Bethesda for around the New Vegas era, but Bethesda was already kind of shitting the bed. They were a corporate sludge heap. Like, it was always about meetings and meeting standards and lawsuits and how do we make this more appealing to the wider audience. And not the wider audience in the sense of, like, you know, the woke wider audience, but the wider audience instead of, like, in the sense of, like, normies. Like, how do we make this appeal to, like, people who don't already play our games? Like, money. That's, like, that was their whole fucking thing. It wasn't about making a good story or a good product. It was about the money. And, like, I get it. To a sense, like, you're a business, you have to make money. But you're not gonna make good video games like that. You need to have a level of passion and art and legitimate care for what you're making. And that's not what they had. Even back then, Bethesda didn't really care. It was all about the money. So yeah, I recommend watching the rest of this video or go watch again, it's a 3-hour interview. I'm gonna probably, like, listen to it while I'm, like, doing something else later on. But that was the big takeaway was the whole Fallout New Vegas remaster might not be as likely as we thought. I still think there is a chance, but like I said, it's like a 40% chance rather than like a 60 that it might have been earlier. So we'll see. I mean, I think the prediction was, like, we're gonna hear about it, confirmed or denied by the end of this year, but we'll see. Same studio, not same people. Balls and gun gamers. Exactly. Just like Half-Life 3. Okay, Half-Life 3 is a different thing because Valve are still kind of sort of decent, you know? And, you know, that's a new game, whereas Bethesda would be forced to make a game from the ground up. A game that they're embarrassed of because it upshowed them. Because, like, that's a common, like, basically confirmed truth. Like, again, like, I recommend watching Drawn Out videos. He basically has one of his videos basically confirms that, like, Bethesda are embarrassed of Fallout New Vegas because it's the game that makes them look like idiots. It's the game that people talk about. People don't want to talk about Fallout 4 or 76 or the TV show. They want to talk about New Vegas and they hate it. So that's really how it just kind of breaks down to. Oh shit. Oh, anyway, that's what we're gonna go to the thing anyway. But yeah, I want to call it there. I said I was not gonna do 3 hours. We're basically on the 3-hour mark. We're like 2:57. God damn it, you guys! Why do you do this to me? I'm tired. Actually, I'm not that tired anymore, but still, I want to call it there. But either way, it's like Half-Life 3. Well, we'll see what Half-Life 3. I think it's still kind of confirmed-ish. I don't know. We'll see what happens with 3. I want to believe, like I said, the moment I hear that Half-Life 3 has a release date, or whatever it's called, Half-Life X, I am going to commission an artist and get myself some Half-Life themed artwork so we can play that on release. So we'll see. See the Giga? I saw the Giga Chad Chikorita. It is terrifying. I will have nightmares about it moving forward. Thank you for that, TOA. It was very funny though. But yeah. Also, thank you for the Pragmata meme. I love that. I'm gonna save that. That's so fucking good. But yeah, that's it. That is the weekly debrief. We got through it. I got through the whole 6 days of non-stop streaming, and I'm not dead. Yay! But anyway, guys, I hope you had fun. I hope you had enjoyed the week of like non-stop action. I will try to do it again another 6 days. We'll see how many weeks we can keep this up. I know for like a fact Monday we're gonna start doing Moimon Mondays, FPS Fridays, and this Wednesday we're gonna do is the release of what do you call it, Neverness to Everness, so we're gonna be checking that out then. I think we're gonna take away one of the Persona slots and use that for Neverness, and I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, I'll try to have like I'll think of the schedule. I need to play around with it a little bit, and of course you have the weekly debrief and all that. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we need to move things around for everything. Yeah, I'll try to have a schedule up by tomorrow evening at the latest. And yeah, look forward to it. Again, no streams on Sundays. I had to take a break sometime, so I don't stream tomorrow. But I'll see you guys on Monday. All right. But yeah, hope you all stay happy, stay healthy. That's an order, and I'll see y'all again real soon. All right. Later. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye bye. Also, don't die of brain hemorrhaging.